All right, and we are back with the Unchaining of Extinction campaign. And our heroes have just left the city of Agrier as it was plunged into a riot of absolute madness following a terroristic strike from the unknown cultists. And here everybody is, right outside the city, just leaving one of the main gates, heading south to the city of Dewhurst. As you guys have gotten onto the road, following the mass influx of refugees, as everybody's leaving the city in an attempt to get away from all the killing and death, you have you end up coming across a caravan, a merchant caravan, with a few guards of their own, and one or two of which that are actually preventing them from getting inside the city because of everything that's going on. And then you got a whole bunch of refugees literally just evacuating out of the city right along with you.
Okay.
Well now, morsels, if you really feel you must, we can go ahead and take a rest here and wait for the rest of the city to come outside, or we can press on.
I would say press on because you know what's just behind us? A bunch of monsters.
I would actually agree. And even though I'm pretty well spent for the evening, we should keep pushing forward. We can rest on the caravan.
Can't we just hop on the cart, Wolf?
Don't look at me, I'm not pulling it.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is we can press on while we relax on Farm Boy's cot over here.
Well, that's between you and him.
Farm Boy, may I rest on your cot, please?
It'll cost you 25 gold.
I'll bloody walk.
Everybody else can get on for free, though.
Right, thank you, mate.
Wow!
Jay just gives this really sly smile and sort of pats Tone on the shoulder and gets up into the cart.
As from the last one, Theron's already been in the.
Oh, yeah.
Theron's been in the cart the entire.
Amelia walks over, pulls a 25 gold out of her pocket, and drops it into his hands, and walks onto the cart.
Hey, I'll take 20. Hey, I'm not gonna say no to 25 gold. I hope, like I said, it was free, but you know.
No, I paid for her.
Yeah, it seems
you're
like
paying for
yeah,
her.
that's what it looks like. Orfgol says as he gets into the cart.
I'm just gonna glare at the other redhead.
It's just so you know, only about 4 of you can comfortably fit on the cart.
Well, I need to sit on the cot to do things real quick. Someone can have my seat after I'm done.
What are you rolling for? What are you rolling survival for?
Did I roll something?
Yeah, you roll
Yeah.
survival.
No, I
you're
was
fine.
just subtracting money.
He's
Oh,
scavenging
okay.
for food. Leave him alone. Well, we have a lot of civilians, John. Pick your meat.
Okay.
Can we not do that today?
Okay, so Jay and Theron have boarded the
We just
cart.
lost it.
Chris, we can't hear you.
Oh, so Theron and Jay just boarded the cart, and Amelia, you said you just paid for Nixie to get on the cart?
Orfgol's already on the cart too.
Okay, off course. All right, there you go.
Well, so wait, there's already 4 on the cart.
That's 3.
Oh, I'll hop on.
All right. So Tilde and Amelia are the only 2 walking.
Yep. That's fine.
So will this count as our short rest then?
Probably for the people in the cart. Would it?
I mean, if you travel long enough without something happening, sure.
Well, the only reason why I ask is because I have to do things to my sword, so I need to know how that's going to work.
Yeah. I would be
Mm.
benefited by a short rest, but I'll be fine.
Okay, so y'all start moving along, and you're heading south, and sure, I'll go ahead and give you a long rest. Or not a long, a short rest. You don't need a long rest.
During the short rest, I'm going to take off one of my gauntlets and bite my thumb and pull out my sword. And as the blood trickles from my finger, I'm going to start doing the engravements of the runes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh.
Jay looks over, but says nothing.
Alright, hold on, I wanna.
It's
No, I
normal
didn't
every
do that
day.
yet.
Blood magic.
There we go.
I want to look at my hit die.
Luckily,
Oh.
my sword just comes with runes.
Well, good for
I'm
you.
What did the
dropping
runes
two
look
hit
like?
die. That's up to the DM on how he wants that to go about.
I mean, they're your runes, dude.
I mean,
It's
do
your
you want
weapon.
like religion?
What your runes look like? Dicks?
I mean, they're just various symbols.
What kind of check would it be for me to look at them
um.
and see if I can interpret them to be specific?
Oh, do you want to try and read them?
Yeah.
He is a dwarf. He's old
Let's
dwarf.
take a gander here. I'm gonna first see if there's any chance that you might actually be able to read them on your own. No.
I'm not
Oops,
in the
my
cards.
bad. Okay, so we'll go ahead and make that a. We'll just make that a straight intelligence.
Oof! Oof!
Oof, indeed.
You got 20.
Oh, weaver of fates and decider of fortunes. What do those runes say?
You're not exactly 100% sure exactly what they say, but you know for a fact that those runes are bugger, I forgot which one it is. Abyssal, I think it is.
Okay.
I suddenly forgot the difference. And which one goes to which one? Oh, okay. So no, then no, that's the wrong one. So that'd be Abyssal's. Yeah, infernal, because Abyssal's the wrong side. My bad.
Yeah, Abyssal's demons.
Yeah. So you do recognize it as infernal, and you do recognize it as a magical script, but you can't decipher the script itself.
That means I can read them.
Hmm.
I speak Infernal,
Okay.
so I can read them.
Are you?
I did say I was looking over.
Okay.
So yes, I'll go ahead and read those just to find
Oh,
out.
It just
Just to
My
find out what
my internet just killed. So what was the rune saying?
Okay, so for Ulfgar, you're unable to actually read the words themselves since you do not know the language. But you were able to figure out that it is a magical script written in Infernal.
Be eyeballing that fishy, but not going to be saying anything right.
So in Infernal, you read Radiance, Frost, and Plague.
Oh, I thought I read Eat at Joe's.
Well, you did.
No, I like what Jacob said better. That's a better thing to read than eat at.
And that's what Jay is reading right now, since you yourself weren't able to actually interpret them. You were just able to identify the language.
Jay raises an eyebrow, still says nothing, and looks to the clothed one across from him.
He's just been sitting there, bandaging
Minding his own
some
business.
stuff up and dealing with wounds.
Jay has a suspicion that he wants to try out.
Oh my.
Jay
This cannot go
pokes you-
badly.
Jay pokes you. Jay pokes Theron slightly with his foot to sort of gain his attention.
He looks over.
Jay signs to him, "Do you understand me?"
He signs back. Yeah.
Jay smiles.
It would have been funny if you signed no.
You had a chance and you ruined it. Good. You are the reasons why we don't have any comedy relief.
No, that's completely
your job.
Yeah, it really is.
That's your and Tilton's job, especially Tilton.
Whoa, I'm not comedy. I'm the strong badass with a great sword.
That's Amelia. That's Amelia.
No, that is indeed Tilton.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
Dylan has this thing called hitting people that apparently me and John can't do.
At the moment. He's on a Wii level.
At the moment, yes.
Yeah,
5 sessions
just,
later, man, we still can't hit.
Yeah, Jay just
Speak for
smiles
yourself.
at Theron and is just like, "Okay, found that out. Happy now," and just orders at the road ahead.
All right, y'all had fun with your little short rest interactions, or do you want some more?
Well,
I
Who's
want
walking
to take
with
a.
I will note that while she's watching my swordmanship stuff, whenever my finger moves like up, it looks like the blade is purposely taking blood so she can continue to the next room. So it's like a continuous stream of blood until the last rune is done.
Okay.
And now I'm thinking, I should have bought a bigger cart when I had the opportunity.
Yes. We'll take care
I'll
of that.
be right back.
First.
I mean, you got 25 gold.
Well, I have 65 gold.
You're welcome.
We should have stole a bigger cart while we were running out of the city.
You
I can agree with that.
well in the city, I suppose. Maybe with practice, you'll be able to show up the farm, boy.
Well, considering it's only been 2 days that I've used you, give me time. I prefer my axes over you anyways.
Hopefully you'll get better, otherwise you'll get axed.
Yeah, and you'll end up in a river.
Hey, Nixie, stop talking to yourself.
Huh? Oh, sorry. Long day.
Alright then, as you've traveled through, down the road, you see ahead of you a large roadblock with a numerous amount of guards.
Oh dear, here we go.
And prior to you actually getting there, if anyone was ever actually paying attention, Sigird just disappears.
That's stupid.
I'm definitely paying attention, so
I'm
can
back.
I roll like a perception for that shit?
I was walking outside the cart.
I was looking towards
No, I
the
didn't
road.
know.
You
Fuck
don't
me,
know.
I didn't.
You didn't know shit.
Do you even want me to try to roll, or just accept a passive?
I'm gonna try to roll.
No, your passive is fine, Theron.
Can I use my passive?
What is your passive?
15.
Yeah, you're good.
Cool.
Okay.
Does he like poof or just run off?
No, he just wanders off into the woods.
Jay watches and then looks ahead, sees the soldiers, and goes, "Makes sense."
Oh my gosh.
As we approach the soldiers, I'm gonna go ahead and pull out. I don't know, because sometimes this gets me a passage, sometimes it doesn't. Depends on how dire the situation is. I'm going to pull out my guild symbol.
All right. As a lot of you all approach this roadblock, and you come up to the forefront, before you even have it, as you're reaching in and you look up, you see Councilman Cortez.
Oh shit.
Ah,
Oh, hey.
Father!
Nixiana, I'm glad to hear that you have to see that you have made it out of the city safely. Are you heading home right now?
If I say no, would you be mad?
So you're going home then? I understand. Good.
We can stop at home and resupply.
also, side note, sir,
Didn't
Mr.
we have this
Cortez.
conversation earlier today? That she's
Yes, we
working
did.
with.
Guys, it's fine. We're just gonna take Nixie home. And we'll stay
No,
here
no,
for a little
that
bit.
part's fine. What I'm inquiring about is that this man still owes me money.
Oh my goodness. Bomb boy. You'll get paid later.
I don't know. Somebody already paid for you, so I know you don't have any money.
I believe there's a few more important circumstances to worry about right now than just your money.
Indeed, Mr. Dundragon, such as the survival of Agrier or maybe the entire Arthenian Empire, as it has just been blatantly assaulted by an invading force. Now, I understand that a lot of you are all working together for Alatar. I would highly recommend that you stop home, Nixie, and speak with your mother. Aside from that, I am currently on the march with my army to retake the city.
A noble pursuit. Best to you and your kin.
I wouldn't do that, Father.
Well, if I don't, then we lose more than half of the entire empire. It must be done.
Just don't die, because
That
the corpse
is
can't pay me.
that is the plan. And if whatever Alatar has planned for you goes well, I'm sure that you'll be repaid for in kind on him alone.
Good
Father,
luck, old friend.
Yes, Mr. Merlot. Now, do any of you have any news to report to me as to the perils that you've seen in there, aside from the few reports I have heard?
Destroy
there-
anyone that has crystals.
Also, destroy anybody that has. What did they look like? They had veins and stuff on them, right?
All the strong hand guys.
Yeah, the villagers that got taken over.
Oh, you're talking about during your one shot. Oh, the tattoo.
No. When we were walking out, there were the villagers that were mind controlled, and you said we could tell them apart.
Oh yeah, the ones that I put the markers on for Roll20. Yeah, those are the ones that you can clearly tell have become deranged.
Yeah, I wanted to know what that trait was so that I could relay that to him.
Oh, okay, yeah. Pretty much what that trait was that was clearly visible to you is it looked like a human on rabies.
If you see any humans that look like they have rabies, don't stop to ask questions. Just kill them.
That bad, huh?
Many of the citizens are being controlled in some sort of way. They're attacking their fellow.
Hmm.
That's why you should let the city die down for a bit and then claim it after the madness hopefully is done spreading.
No, because if we leave it be, there's a chance that it won't stop spreading. Because who knows how many are in there that are influencing the entire thing. We cannot rest, not while our empire is being attacked, Nixiana. Now, the men have set forth a forward encampment for the refugees that are moving south for Dewhurst. If you feel the need to, you may go ahead and take some time to rest at the camp. Otherwise, I would recommend you press on onto our compound.
Does your compound perhaps have a bigger cart?
If you feel the need for additional resources, you will have to speak with my wife on that matter. She's currently running the estate right now, as I am on a warpath. But I can assure you that resources will be thin until you get to Dewhurst, because right now I have subjugated most of those resources for the war. Now, if you excuse me, I must press on. And before he goes, he mentions to the guards to let you all pass through and give you access to the camp should you wish to take it. And then he marches on, and as the rest of you move past, once you get to the other side and of the barricade, you see an army of hundreds marching through the barricade. Now, are you going to press on, or are you going to take to the camp?
Just say we go to the camp.
Well,
Yeah.
what time is it?
Well, let's see here. You all got woken up bright and early in the morning, and we're there for.
So it's probably early in the day, right?
Yeah, is probably about mid-morning when Amelia made her appearance. At which point the riot started, and then however long it took you to get out of the city. So it'd probably be about early to mid-afternoon by now.
Then I say we press on.
I think that's fine.
Let's say we drop by the camp, get some extra supplies that we might need.
How long of a trip is it to Dewhurst from here?
A few days.
Which is why we would be stopping at the Cortez estate.
How much of a trip is the Cortez estate?
Down the road a little. It is not much farther.
You'll for that time wise, you'll reach the Cortez estate by the end of the day.
Okay, I guess we should keep
going. If that's the case, yes, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Jay puts a hand on Nixie's head and ruffles her hair a bit. Don't worry, Nixie. I have faith that your father can win. He is a strong man and very hard to kill. I should know. I tried to kill him once.
Wait, what?
Very long story.
Only once. Those things usually happen multiple times before you see the fight. Not my business to press. Just curious that it was only one fight.
Well,
yeah,
I liked it.
It's all right, Nixie. I hope he makes it too.
You just want your damn gold.
True. I have a vested interest.
So, shall we press on?
Indeed. So, pressing on. After traveling for the next several hours just before dark, you end up reaching the Cortez estate.
Oh, damn.
Haha! Welcome home!
That's an actual map.
Oh god! The world is in 280p! Okay.
Yeah, seems like he's good at this, unlike some other DMs who don't take time to make up full maps and just hope you guys have good imagination.
Why is the horse on top of me?
Give me a minute.
That's not who I want on top of me.
Hey, wait a minute.
Here, we're just gonna get rid of the horse for now. Horse has been removed for right now.
Goodbye,
Stables getting
horse.
fed and brushed.
Goodbye,
Hell
horse.
Quick reminder, what is the name of Nixie's mom?
Emma, as I recall.
Yes.
Yes. Emma Cortez.
Yes.
As you approach the gates to the Cortez estate, the guards let you all in at the sight of Nixiana. And as you enter through into the courtyard, Nixie's mother, Emma, makes her way down the steps. Ah, dearie, I'm glad to see that you've made it out of the city safely. Oh, and Jay, it's good to see you're doing well. And
There.
You can call me Tiln.
Oh, yes, I've heard of you, Mr. Dundragon. I was just trying to remember, and then I did in fact recall that we never did officially get your name. The gentleman which we hired to work alongside.
He said his name was Theron.
Oh, yes, Theron. It's been a very rough and interesting time, I'm sure.
You have no idea, my dear Emma. You have no idea. Also, this one needs a better cart if we're going to be traveling so far.
Well, I will see what I can do, but I can't guarantee anything, as my dear husband has taken most everything available that hasn't been nailed down for supplies. I'm sure you've met him along the road, then, have you?
Indeed, we have.
All right. Well, go. Come along inside. Make yourselves at home. There are fresh beds upstairs. Food in the dining hall down to your left. Otherwise, if you feel the need to reach out to anyone, we have a chapel in the back corner to our right. Does anyone feel a need for anything right now?
Do you
Emma, could you
have a
remind me where the
bath?
liquor cabinet is?
Aye.
A bathroom? Well, Mr. Dundragon, I'm pretty sure we have ourselves an outhouse around the back.
Oh, not that kind. No, not that kind of bathroom. I need a place to get clean.
To take a
Oh.
little bath.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And in that case,
Kind of to get the blood off me. That would be nice.
oh yes, we have. There are some washrooms in the barracks. You can use those. And see yourself to the feast hall. Jay, I'm sure you'll find everything you need there. Just let one of our lost word for a moment. Let's say, just let one of the soldiers know that you're on the way, and they'll fetch the cook and anything else that you might require. He can get. Now, any others require any direction or assistance before I take Nixie off?
I'll be following the farm boy over here, and then I'll probably use the meat hob. I'm Oscar Stoneforge, by the way. Well met.
A pleasure, Mr. Stoneforge. I am Emma Cortez, wife to the councilman Cortez that you have met earlier, I'm sure.
Briefly, but yes.
Pleasure.
Wow, my accent is not doing well tonight. I apologize, everyone.
It's all your fault.
I'll go ahead and move Ulfgar into the washrooms.
In a reference, how far away are we from that camp? From the
The camp that the councilman mentioned?
yes.
Okay, now the camp was really not that far from the actual roadblock. It was probably only like in actual measurement, like maybe another half a mile from the roadblock itself. So you shortly after passing the roadblock, probably like another 10, 20 minutes down the road, you would have saw it. You actually would have seen it off to the side of the road behind some trees, and it would have been packed with refugees.
I was meaning in reference about potentially how many miles from current location.
Oh, current location. Well, let's see here. I don't know. Do the math. About 6-7 hours worth of travel at typical at regular March speed.
Okay, so yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be beyond what I was.
Yeah, a bit out of range for us to do something.
Nah, it was for something else.
Okay.
But
And
Lady Cortez,
yes, Theron. Is there anything that I can assist you with?
as I'm sure you know, at least one of the contacts, do you think there would be any chance to manage to see if you could find one of them and get a letter to them if they're at the refugee?
Well, we have more and more soldiers coming in, both volunteers from refugees wanting to take arms, as well as some reinforcements that come occasionally from Dewhurst. So I can certainly send a letter along with one of them as messenger for you.
Yes, I'd like to get some information. I'm sure you understand.
Well, considering your line of work, I'm sure. Feel free to contact one of the guardsmen up near the gate whenever you're ready, and he will pass that along to anyone who makes their way up north.
Thank you. He'll make his way into whichever room would be suited for writing.
Oh, okay, that'd be an upstairs thing. We'll get to that in a minute. And now, Nixiana, who is this interesting companion of yours who seems to really enjoy the same color hair as you?
I don't know. I didn't pay attention when she said her name.
Well, that sounds like you. Anywho, and she marches up to Amelia, and extends out her hand. Uh, in case you didn't quite catch me, I am Emma Cortez, and your name is Miss?
I graciously bow and kiss her hand gently. Amelia Verse.
Ah, well, there's more manners in you than there are some of the other rabble, aren't there, Amelia? Well, I'm glad to see you're traveling along with my daughter. And where is it that you come from?
I'm a traveling sellsword. Just taking a break right now in this wonderful village, and I just happen to be by.
Interesting, rather sophisticated and well armed for a mercenary, but I like you. Well, should you need of anything, feel free to go ahead and contact me. I'm typically either down here providing orders for the men, as my husband is currently away. I manage the estate in his place. Otherwise, if you cannot find me, I'm quite certain mentioning my name to any of the gods, they'll be able to locate me if should you need of me. Now then, I suggest that most of you go ahead and the rest of you saunter off and get food, replenish any supplies that you might need for the travels, and get some rest. I'm sure to be a long road ahead starting tomorrow. All right. Does anybody have anything they want to do before taking a long rest?
Who else is going for the bath?
Hell yeah,
You know
Jared.
what? I think I'll join you.
All right, so we have 3 men in the washroom, and yes, this is an open washroom because this is used for the garrison. They don't care about modesty.
I'm going to use the private washroom.
Because you have one in your own room upstairs.
You damn right.
Plus, it would not do for a lady to be washing with the men from the garrison.
I don't give a fuck. I'll fight them naked.
That's why your mother insisted on one being built near your room.
And the best part is, they wouldn't even try to win because they know what would happen.
So,
No peeping Toms there.
what's the washroom look like? Paint it for us.
All right. So as you enter into the washroom, there is a large, massive water basin on one end that sits atop a big stone fireplace, so it heats the water for you. There's several water pails about, and then there are a line, a lineup of tubs. So you can there's about maybe 4 or 5 tubs, so a couple people can actually bathe like that. Otherwise, there's already a couple men in there that just ignore the tubs and they just throw water on themselves. And the floor is inclined into a bit of a slope, draining out towards the eastern side, which would be the backside of that backside.
I'm going to go ahead and, as it seems nobody's using them, I'm going to go ahead and get a water pail and start filling up one of the tubs with water.
As is Ulfgar, making sure that the water is as hot as he can stand,
Yeah,
which is
that too.
pretty hot.
I'm gonna watch him when he puts his hand to check the water because my character completely forgot about that, and I'm gonna ask him, is it hot enough?
Well, my water is feeling pretty good. Let me check yours. If you don't
Alright.
mind.
Yeah, I don't mind.
So I stick my hand in. You planning to take a hot bath there, lad?
I hope so.
Well,
Have you two already stripped down at this point?
no, I'm just wearing my gambeson at this point, though.
Mm-hmm.
I
Jay's
have
also
not
filling up.
undressed yet.
Jay's already filling up his tub, checking his water, and yes, he is undressed.
Well, would you like my recommendation on how hot you should want your water for it?
Sure.
I offer him my pail, which is obviously steaming.
Okay. I can use. I think I can use prestidigitation to heat up my water, anyways. But I'll take the pail.
No, he offers it to you as a sample of. But this is about how hot you want your
I'm gonna
water.
go ahead and dip my pinky in.
It is
nice.
searing. It's not damaging hot, but it is searing.
I might go for a little bit, a little bit colder than that.
Your choice.
Farm boy skin's not quite as thick as Mountain Dwarf.
Yeah, I'm gonna fill up my tub, and I'm going to shove everything I own into my. I'm gonna take off my shirt, and then I'm gonna fold it up and shove it into my bag of holding. And I'm gonna do that for every piece of thing that I own. One piece off, bag of holding, and then I'm gonna take my bath with my bag of holding.
But is it open still?
I'm not gonna take a bath with it open. No.
Oh, that would have been amusing. All right.
Jay's put all his stuff in his bag and is climbed into his. Well, he's still checking the water to make sure it's getting hot enough for him.
Oh, I do have soap. Wait, do they have soap?
Yes, there are the
Okay.
ropes. There are rope soaps hanging around everywhere.
I'm going to pull out my own soap because I'm not going to use soap that a bunch of dirty men have been wiping all over their bodies.
I mean, it's not that much different of a washroom that you had at your guild, just bigger.
Yeah, but I carry my own soap just for this occasion.
Jay's pulling out his scented soap.
Germaphobes.
Oh my god.
Off guard, as he, once satisfied with the state of his pool, his tub, he will take off, of course, his gambeson and his trousers, and revealing that his right leg is just horribly scarred up.
I'm
Your water
just
should be
gonna.
cooler.
Holy shit! What happened there?
Jay looks over.
Hot steel accident up in the north. Some little apprentice didn't know what he was doing at the forge. Saved his life, but cost him a leg.
Oh, geez, I would have just let him, like... Okay, never. I probably wouldn't have let him die, but I probably wouldn't have sacrificed my leg like that.
Well, I
love
wasn't
that fake
exactly.
morality.
I wasn't exactly intending to let my leg get damaged up like this. It just kind of happened. I was more concerned for the kid's life. And when you're in a
That's
small tribal
understandable.
band moving around the north, each life is rather important to keep going.
So are we three naked men going to be actually describing our characters' appearances now?
No, maybe you want to have it.
That's the most notable thing about him. Other than that, stockily, he's built like a cask of ale with a very busted up
Like a
leg.
brick house.
No, not a
Like
brick house. He's too short to be a brick house.
He's a brick doghouse.
A brick wall of
No.
4 bricks.
He is a cask of ale.
Yeah, my character is not super built. He's kind of fit, but like he's more average than what you would expect for somebody
I'm an
swinging around such a
Amazon.
big sword.
Of course,
You're not in here.
Sorry.
Jay's just... You notice some scarring. Especially there's a really long one right along his right arm. A lot of marks on his back, and a few strange markings around his ankles and wrists. It also appears that he has a strange metal object in his belly button.
I've seen that a lot. That's kind of huge in the elfin culture.
Did you say that aloud?
Yeah,
Ulfgar is, of course, climbing into his bath at this point.
yeah. I'm already in there with my bag of holding it to my baby and like scrubbing with like one arm.
Jay climbs into his bath. Yeah, it's a thing I got several years back. Got one in my tongue and ears as well.
And unlike the rest of these ninnies, I'm using the bar of soap provided to us by the house.
Oh no, Jay just likes his scented soap because it smells nice. That's the only reason he uses that.
And
Mine
considering
is
these...
made from the lard that's gathered at my farm, so mine's homegrown.
Nice. And considering that these tubs were built for humans, there may have been a little bit of hopping to get Ulfgar inside.
There was These damn things are a little small for Jay, given how tall he is.
Yeah.
Ulfgar did
And
not
it's just
fill
right for me.
Ulfgar did
How
not fill
tall are
his
you,
tub
Tim?
to
Oh,
capacity. He
geez.
filled it
I
up
have
to
to
what
look
he
at
needed.
my character sheet. I think I'm like 5'8" or 5'10".
I am 6'6".
Yeah, I am 5'10". I'm like pretty average across the board. I'm kind of tall compared to a human though, aren't I? 5'8's like average,
Yeah.
but I'm about average.
For an actual description of Jay, he looks to be about somewhere between 18, 20 years old. Maybe, you don't know. He looks like an elf, but he doesn't seem like an elf. He's got a short blonde hair, but the underneath of it seems to be black, turquoise eyes, smooth milk white skin that you take a little closer look, it looks off, but you don't know why.
Ulfgar is decidedly not taking a little closer look.
Well, of course not.
Especially now, while
Not because of any sort of sexuality, it's because, privacy. He does have decency.
Yeah. Surprisingly, when I get into the bath, like a whole bunch of makeup starts to like come off. Or at least on my arms, my hands that are uncovered, and my face. You notice that my fingers don't match the rest of my skin is much paler than normal. I've actually used makeup to kind of cover that up for everything that's showing. But aside from that, not much is really that different. He doesn't have any discernible scars or anything like that.
Jay looks to Tiln. What's with the makeup?
Girl.
You know. You know, when you turn like 10 to 15 shades paler, it's easier to cover it up than it is to explain it sometimes.
Fair enough. Jay is completely unabashed. He struts. He's in his tub, but when he climbs out after he's done getting cleaned and everything, he doesn't care. He lets the world see. He doesn't care.
Mhm.
He's very thin, very tall, but you can tell that there is a lithe sort of muscle to him.
My character doesn't have that.
My character obviously doesn't have that. He's very muscly.
All right, so I'm sure that the
Yeah.
three.
Oh, I wasn't done.
Oh, all right then.
I'm
We'll
doing
have it.
bath talk. I'm doing bath talk. So how did you guys
Yeah.
get looped into this?
Well, my
Well,
shop burned down.
the Abel Cortez, he owes me money. In fact, I've been trying to get it for about 64 hours.
That's pretty evident from what I've seen, and not working too much into your favor.
Yeah, it's not that I really need the gold per se, but I've had a past of people trying to stiff me, and it doesn't sit well that I'm not paid right now.
It's
If
the
you would like-
principle of it.
If you would
Yeah.
like, I can talk to Emma. She and I go way back. I can talk to her
Nah.
about getting you paid.
It's fine. She's not the one that owes me gold. Abel
Well,
Cortez does.
She's his wife, though.
Does your history go along with her go along the same vein as it does with the?
With Abel. Well, it's sort of. I used to be in a certain form of line of work, and Abel was on the list. Started talking to him, though. Seemed like a decent fellow. Checked out reasonings and decided to kill my employer instead.
So what I'm hearing is I shouldn't have ever employed you during that time.
Well, it's more of a morality thing. As for Emma, well, I actually met her before I met Abel. Actually, the one that got the two of them together.
Actually, no, you didn't.
Shut up.
It's story time. Let the storyteller have their time.
But I am the storyteller.
No,
Just
you're the DM,
I
not
got
the storyteller.
chips.
I got chips. Continue.
Perfect.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna like lean half out of the bath and hold out a hand to Jay as like a handshake and be like, "I'm sorry that we met under such absurd conditions, but it looks like we're probably going to be working together for a while. So
Jay shakes your
if you
hand.
don't let me die, I won't let you die."
As Jay takes your hand, you notice a small, light scar on his palm. But he takes your hand, shakes it, smiles, and says, I look forward to working with you, Till. You seem like an excellent fighter.
Yay! Party cooperation.
Of course, sitting in the bath opposite of them. Not because he wanted distance, he just kind of picked that bath and went at it, and they chose over there, and it's like, oh, well.
Now you just look like the oddball.
He kind of
I
is.
wouldn't have gone. I wouldn't have gone that far away from Ulfgar. I might be like a bath or two away because I'm kind of self-conscious, but I wouldn't be the whole bathhouse away.
So, Till,
Gay.
how old are you?
Oh, geez. I'm about to turn 25. I'm 24 right now, I think.
I think.
When you travel a lot, you kind of lose track of that sort of stuff.
Don't I know?
Fair enough. I can really understand that. I think I'm. Oh, good grief. When was the last time I celebrated my birthday? I think I'm 87.
Oscar kind of snickers a little bit to him.
What are you laughing at?
Well, I actually did celebrate my birthday last year. Rather unusual setting to celebrate it in my fallen homeland with an actual god. So
Does Ulfgar actually look old?
his hair is peppered.
Okay. Which could mean anything for a dwarf, so I don't trust it. He could be like 50, or he could be, who knows, 100.
Sure,
Dwarves are weird like that.
100.
Yeah.
Have you all enjoyed your washroom talk?
Yeah.
I do wish to state one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Jay peaked.
Of course.
Not at
My
Ulfgar.
charisma. Oh, okay, fine. Then.
Not at
He-
Ulfgar.
Like I said, Tiln is completely average. Tiln is the epitome of average. Like, he might have like a tiny bit of flesh on him, but he's pretty average.
So that ass ain't just ain't a nice ass. It's just an ass.
Yeah, it's an ass. He has an ass. That's about all that can be said.
All right. Anybody else wish to do anything before the long rest begins?
Yes, I have lots that I gotta do. I'm a cleric. So after the bath, I'm gonna put another pot on the fire of water on the fire and make my way over to the chapel.
All right.
Say a quick prayer, have a quick drink, pretty standard stuff for Tyr, while the water heats up. Then I'm going to go outside with the hot bucket of water and one of the balls of soap, find my armor, and clean it off. Feel free to throw interactions with me at any point during that exchange.
All right. Anybody else?
Jay's
I just
gotten-
use prestidigitation to clean my clothes.
Okay.
So,
Jay's clothes stayed pretty clean. He just puts them back on, cleans his weapons, gets a glass of brandy from the liquor cabinet,
Mm-hmm.
and just sort of chills out with Emma for a while, catching up with her.
All right. And Theron, I understand you went upstairs and made yourself comfortable in one of the available rooms, and I assume you're staying there. Or are you gonna do anything else?
Well, he would have written the letter, handed it off, if anyone would have been in the way, and then after that, he would have locked himself in and fixed stuff up.
Okay. Amelia.
I'm gonna go find Nixie.
Okay. Amelia, did you have anything that you wanted to do?
I mean, am I actually allowed to stay at this place, or would I have to find my own accommodation?
No. You've been given access to stay for the night. Everybody has. I mean, didn't you enjoy that nice warm greeting that Emma Cortez gave to you?
No, I don't. Well, then I am decided.
I'm not sure if you said anything or if you cut off.
I'll probably ended up found up in like
And say what now again?
the library.
Ah, library. Okay. Okay. Well, for movement's sake, we'll just move. Off guard, you'll be up here. The doing the chapel stuff.
I was working on it.
I'm just helping. Anything in particular? Or are you just browsing through the library out of boredom?
More like just catching up on recent massacre,
On the what?
on recent wars.
Recent wars. Okay. Well, considering Mr. Cortez is quite the war-affiliated gentleman, there's plenty to read about. And you have heard of none of these wars.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, you come from a long way off, and you ain't heard of none of this stuff.
This-
The rise and fall of war.
Yeah. So yeah, you learned quite a bit. Was you just gonna stay in the library until you go to bed?
For now, yeah.
For now, okay. Nixie, did you want to do anything before you went to bed, or before Tillin went and sought you out?
I mean, I took a bath.
Oh, you went. Oh, that's right. You went upstairs and took a bath. What are you doing after that?
I'm gonna
Just
put my armor and my coat to the side. I'm gonna sit down and in my nightgown and polish my blade.
Okay. So just prepping for bed.
Keepity.
Alrighty then. So we'll go ahead and move everybody to the upstairs. Oop. I don't think that was far enough. Oh wait, no, that would be okay. So.
Where's Emma?
Give me a minute. So. Alright. Directing everybody towards the rooms, of which they'd have. Obviously, Nixie has already found her room. So yeah, for Tillin, if you're hunting out for Nixie, she's locked up in her room.
She's what? You cut out there.
She's locked up in her room.
She's over here.
Okay.
She locked herself in her bedroom.
I will make my way there.
All right.
Meanwhile, I'm talking with Emma, just her catching up with her, chatting with her, telling her what's going on, that sort of stuff. Telling her I'm going back to being an assassin and whatnot.
Hmm.
Get out of here, guards.
Okay, so you two are catching up. Nixie.
Let me know when I get a chance.
Okay. Now, where did you leave your equipment?
Most the pauldrons and most of the heaviest stuff is going to still be in the car, but I do have the breastplate up here with me.
Okay, so
I have the equivalent of a half plate.
Gotcha. So obviously, all the heavy stuff with the cart would be in the stables, which would be in a building just outside the walls.
Yep, and I also have my warhammer up with me this time.
Okay.
And shield.
Okay. And everybody that's not Nixie will be sharing a room, as I'm sure you've all noticed.
Yep.
You don't know that yet.
Get out of my house!
Well,
Get it! Wait, no, don't get it. I want it.
Jay wants that. Everybody wants it except for Ulfgar and Theron.
Yep.
In John's character.
And me.
Yep.
To be fair, that's kind of a
Ooh,
majority.
Farm boy. Is it because you're jealous?
I'm gonna knock on Nixie's bedroom. Knock, knock, knock.
Who is it?
Your favorite town.
What do you want?
I kind of wanted to talk to you before you went to bed.
She's gonna put the sword down, stand up and brush her gown off, and walk to the door. Slightly open it. What do you want?
So I just wanted to let you know that you probably shouldn't be killing innocent people. And I would prefer it if you didn't.
Oh my gosh. Come in.
That's right. That's how you get into the room, is say stuff she doesn't want the guards to hear.
I'm gonna close the door. I had no choice.
You obviously did. They weren't gonna turn. It was clear as day what the difference was. The ones that were actually rabid were the ones that were dangerous.
But how do you know he wasn't gonna turn?
Well, he hadn't turned yet. At least give him a fair chance.
And for all we know, his mind was weak when we killed his wife.
And you haven't turned yet. Does that give me the right to kill you?
I mean, we can try.
I don't know. Based on what I saw, it wouldn't be that hard.
Oh, now that's a fight I'd like to see.
Look, I don't want to start something because obviously we're going to be working together for a while. I don't mind if you kill rich people or people that are taking advantage of other people. But killing people that are barely going to get by, or people that might barely make it, doesn't sit right with me.
I will protect my city at all costs. If that means an innocent person in your eyes has to die, they die. That is my objective. That is what I am groomed for. If you don't like it, take your cart and leave.
Well, that's fine. I just wanted to tell you that next time you do it, maybe I'll have to put you down.
Ooh, on your back, maybe? I think I smell sexual tension here.
That's all. And I'm going to go ahead and leave.
Are you gonna let him get away without putting him on his back?
One more word and I throw you in the river.
Like to see you try. Close the door.
Awesome, I'm not on the top of the crap list for Nyx.
I hate how no one else hears me.
So, while that's happening, I'm going to offer Amelia and Theron a drink. Just a social, not like trying to drink them under the table or anything.
Go down.
I thank you for the offer, but no thank you.
Any particular reason, friend?
Alcohol often clouds the mind, and I don't prefer to have my mind clouded at all.
Well, you find that it's very hard for my mind to get clogged by alcohol, no matter how much I... Just gotta know how to swig it right.
Drinking on a door, I don't intend to.
That's your choice then. But what brings you into this little party of ours?
My clan decided that I would probably be one of the best suited for such a mission. As such, they wrote a contract with our employer, so I accepted and was hired.
Fair enough.
As we're in a less hostile situation now, for anyone who's actually paying attention or has seen halflings, Theron's a bit taller than most halflings.
My character has little experience with halflings.
He does sit at a height of 4'2" right now.
You and your slightly taller short people fetish.
Don't make him throw you in a river. I'll pull secret gnomish training as secret halfling.
For the viewers out there, Theron is typically known to this group to only play short characters, the last of which being a gnome that literally tossed a, what was it,
Barbarian
a 6'4" barbarian human across a 30-foot river. He just up and chucked him. Anyway, as it were.
Nearly killed someone opening a door.
So after my attempts to socialize, I will crawl into my bed, sleeping in my gambeson. No, not my gambeson, just a tunic.
Alright. So everybody turning in for the night?
Yep.
Yeah,
Staying
sure.
above the post, watching.
I'm taking a corner
at all
bed.
times.
Taking a corner bed. Alright. So, everybody gets a good nice long rest. Come the next morning, everybody is woken up by a guard knocking on the door, and shortly after he knocks on the door, he opens up and stands there. Mistress Cortez wishes you all to rise and to prepare for your journey south. There will be food plentiful, ready for you down in the feast hall. And that will be all. Except, and he takes a couple steps forward through towards Tiln and hands him a small letter. And then turns and leaves without a word.
Okay.
Well, what does it say?
I'm gonna open it.
You open this full piece of paper, and in very nicely written fine print at the top, it simply says, "Fine." That's it.
What?
No signature or anything?
Nope, just says "Fine."
Do I recognize the handwriting?
Nope.
Okay, I have a suspicion. Alright, I'm gonna just, roll it up and shove it into my bag.
Okay. Everybody heading off down for food.
I'm already
Packing
downstairs.
I'm packing equipment into my bag before heading downstairs.
Okay.
I woke up an hour early.
Ooh.
Miss
And I'm already
Overachiever.
in. Hey.
You surprised even your own mother, I bet.
And I'm already in my outfit.
All right. Well.
As I am sitting down for breakfast, I will not be wearing my armor. At all.
Neither am I.
Theron will end up walking in, collecting food, and walking away to find a secluded area to eat alone.
Socialite
There.
that one, isn't he?
Yeah, he, is not gonna really make a difference whether he eats with us or without us, but whatever.
All right. We'll put you in the storeroom to eat by yourself. Alrighty then. Otherwise, I assume everybody else is getting food.
Munch,
Yeah,
munch,
I'm gonna
munch.
Yeah, nice
Starting a
little moderate
morning ale.
breakfast with some coffee.
Coffee.
Give me that
Bacon,
coffee.
hash browns.
You know, they want something heavier to drink, so I will start today with the stout.
Alright. Um, Alright. You all managed to get your fill in and prepare yourselves. Um, Shortly after breakfast, Emma appears. Now, dear Nixiana, have you had your fill for this morning?
Indeed, mother.
Good. Then, if you would come with me, I wish to speak with you in private before you and your companions set off, please.
I suppose.
Okay.
Eyebrow raised.
You what?
I just raised an eyebrow.
All right. We'll just move you two up here, but you guys go upstairs to your bedroom. Now, I understand you're heading south to Dewhurst. Is that correct?
It seems that way. I prefer north, but democracy and whatnot, it seems.
Indeed. Well, unfortunately, dear, I am happy that you're heading south. I know you didn't want this, but it's time. I'm sure that the reason why you don't really care to go back to Dewhurst is because of Admiral Parlone and his request for your hand. Well,
Yeah, that's one of it.
well, unfortunately, considering the circumstances of our empire and with what your father is trying to do, we are going to need the support of the Savari kingdom that Admiral Parlone represents, being the Savari Empire's ambassador down in Dewhurst. And I know he's had his eye on you and has asked several times for your hand, but I think it's time we're going to have to make this an official arrangement. When you get down there, you're going to have to say yes.
You're getting
That was
more
the
choice than
perfect cricket noise.
You're getting more options than 75% of fairy tale. So yeah, this is good, dude.
Best deal ever.
Doesn't
I mean, not for you, but you get to say.
he have someone else to take his spot if he falls down a flight of stairs?
Now, dear Nixiana,
He smells like rotten cheese!
oh, he's not that bad. Besides, he is the son of a noble merchant guild leader and a general
I'd
from.
rather marry than the guild leader.
I mean, if you've seen him, I suppose. No, I've come to admit.
Mother, we went out one time. One time. And all he boasted about was polishing his armor. He was not wearing armor.
Well, it is a bit odd. He's an admiral after all, but that's besides the fact. You need to say yes because we need to secure an absolute alliance between our empire and the kingdom that he represents. Because if you can accomplish this, they will be able to send their armies here to aid us in our fight. Because there is a war coming. I'm sure Alatar told you that. I didn't even need his counsel to be able to foresee that. There is a war coming, and we are going to need allies with this. And besides, do not mention this to your companions. But if your father manages to complete his final goal, this war may actually be able to give him that opportunity to petition the rest of the councilmen to make him emperor. And if that works, if our plan finally succeeds after all these years, then we can work on getting the Savari kingdom in as part of the empire as well. But we need that alliance. Now I'm trying to be nice with you about this, so I would greatly appreciate it if you simply just take it as is, or am I going to have to make this an order?
If he dies after the troops arrive, that's not on me.
Oh no, because I'm quite certain that you will be long gone on your mission for Alatar.
Then make it so. Then I will obey. For now.
Yes, you will. Good then. Now, unfortunately, I cannot abide by the requests for additional resources and supplies, but maybe your groom-to-be will be able to handle that down in Dewhurst for you. Unfortunately, your father's taken just about everything. So if you need any additional horses or carriages, I'm sure that Admiral Parlone can provide you with those resources once you reach Dewhurst.
Okay.
Now, anything else that you wish to speak of?
Nope.
Good. Then be safe and fight hard.
Aye, Mother.
And she walks down with you downstairs to say her goodbyes to the rest of the party.
I think at this point I'm trying to convince Dylan to have a drink. Just a drink.
I'm going to walk past the party and just go to the cart.
Look, I understand. Maybe sometime in the future, Ulfgar, but like,
It'll sharpen your senses. You won't actually notice it too much. Just try it. I'm not asking you to have the entire stein full. That's mine.
But the
have
bloody
a
sun just rose.
And
Jay's
I'm
gonna.
just saying, isn't that more of like a night thing?
no.
Jay's gonna leave this and go and.
No, that's for the hard liquors
it
like
takes-
whiskey.
Alcoholism.
Yep.
Ulfgar, fine. I'll take one swig,
It's
but
hoppy.
then you'll have to. But then you'll have to stop bothering me at least until we like settle down somewhere.
That's fine. Just the one swig is all I'm asking.
Oh, goody.
So he gives it to. He just hands over his mug to you.
Oh God.
Oh, yes.
What do you want me to roll?
Can I make the call on this one?
You said it's coming from your mug?
Yes.
Alright, go for it. Have that.
Okay, so now I understand that it's a Constitution save, and my Constitution save isn't that bad.
Alright.
But I think it should be a disadvantage because I've pre-established I'm not good with liquor.
Alright.
Just go ahead and
true.
Go ahead and do a
Whatever.
Constitution save. Doesn't need no disadvantage.
Oh, it's
Okay.
It's 5. It's a 5.
5.
It's hoppy. It kind of tastes like a cold version of what you were drinking, only more bready and yeasty than a coffee does.
Mhm.
But otherwise, no difference.
I'm not sure I like the taste.
How drunk is Tiln?
He isn't.
He rolled a 5.
I know. This is a morning ale. This is not a get sloshed ale.
Right.
You all never had the coffee
No.
liquor, have you?
No, that liquors are for the evening.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that one.
Yeah. I don't know, Ulfgar. That wasn't terrible, but I think I'll stick to my coffee in the morning.
Fair enough. But don't be afraid of the alcohol. Sometimes it's good. It can.
I don't know, you
Olga
haven't
would just
seen me when...
chug the rest of it. Hacker rinse out his mug and start heading out to the.
Alright, so shortly after you guys just had your little debacle over the drink, and Nixie just kind of walks past you all, with Emma coming in shortly behind her. Well then, travelers, Jay, Theron, Mr. Dundragon, Mr. Ulfgar, I believe, and, oh yes, Miss Versailles. It has been a pleasure meeting with all of you, for those of you who are new acquaintances. I wish you all safe travels and to fight hard. I know that you to expect some great dangers ahead. Be well, be safe, and ever fight on.
Rovkor will give a modest bow.
Jay hugs Emma, gives her a quick peck on the cheek, and walks off.
Theron gives a slight bow.
Okay.
I'm gonna give a 2-fingered salute because I'm not that formal. I don't care.
Alrighty then.
I'm at the horse,
You're at the
securing
horse.
stuff down and making sure everything's on the cart.
Yeah. And once I finally get there, I'm gonna start petting Draft Punk, and I'm gonna go. Okay, so I know that normally
my.
I've only
You're
had
to
you
be
take me
wed
everywhere across the country.
to an admiral.
But if we get a bigger cart,
Oh
we're gonna have
my.
to get another horse,
Golly, this is going to be very interesting.
and you're gonna have to be the alpha horse.
Play nice.
It'll play nice if we get him a female.
It'll be interesting. That's for sure.
Whoa,
Ayo.
Draft Punk is a female horse.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
You had not previously stated that.
yeah, Draft Punk is a lady horse. Don't be
Okay.
fooled by the name Draft
I
Punk.
don't have animal
I
handling.
Okay,
I don't care.
so
What?
Draft Punk
The farm boy
is
is going to think. I'm sure
a
he
mare.
has something in his
Yeah,
loins for you.
it's a pretty lady horse.
Can we go? Please.
Of course we can go. I'm waiting on you.
Sure. I can't wait.
And
to
can we
meet.
stop by the river?
Sure.
I'm good
Thank
with
you.
this.
What?
Anywho, so moving
I'm
on.
gonna hop on the cart and just glare
Ew.
in the distance.
All right, Nixie, what's wrong?
I don't want to talk about it. Dwarf, do you happen to have some hard liquor?
That is something I save for the evenings, personally.
Can I have some now?
Why? You know what? Never mind. He'll pour you out a shot and hand it to you, not in his.
I down it.
I'm enjoying this too much.
Jay pulls out the bag of sweets that he keeps especially for Nixie and just hands her the entire bag.
I'm gonna eat it like candy.
It is candy, so there you go.
I owed you at least that from my disparaging remarks from yesterday.
Aye, you are a bit sexist.
It wasn't even that. That's not what caused the remarks.
Okay then. So, you all pile up through with the carriage and whatnot, and you start making your way off onto the roads. The traffic is heavy. There's a large mixture of soldiers and refugees going in both directions. Refugees obviously heading south towards Dewhurst, and a large amount of troops going in both directions. Some escorting, others rallying up near the up at the rally spot camp to head into Agrier. Let's see here. Now you, aside from the heavy traffic, it doesn't it takes you several days to actually get through to Dewhurst, but there's almost no incidences because of the heavy traffic of guards all over the place that are also escorting all the refugees. So there's really not much that could happen. And I apologize. Go ahead.
When we get closer to the refugee camp, I'm keeping my eye out for other dwarves. I had a meeting after all.
Fair. There are a fair amount of dwarves, as the Agrier populace was quite diverse. All right, so we'll say that during during your treks through the next couple days, you don't see the dwarf in particular you were looking to meet, but you do happen to recognize one of his traveling companions, the two guards that he had along with him. You end up spying one of those two.
I will tumble myself out of the cart to talk with them for a bit. Yes, I know I'm splitting the party. Just to get a quick catch up what happened.
I mean you're traveling, so you're all going in the same direction, so it don't make much difference.
Oh, okay then. I'm not splitting the party too much. Yeah, but I'll still tumble myself out of the cart.
All right, go ahead and engage.
Oi!
And he as he looks up from he looks weary. You can see that he's battle worn. He's, got blood on him. He's got a wounded arm, and he just looks really tired. But he looks up and
How's his weapon look? Dulled, cracked, anything like that?
he doesn't have a weapon. So
Okay.
if he did have one, it may have been lost in battle, or through some other circumstance. He looks up and kind of looks around a little confused, and then he spies you. He's like, "You, I remember you. I think didn't? Yes, the ambassador spoke with you in Agrier.
Hey, we had hoped to have a meeting that awful morning.
Yes. Well, it's good to see that you've made it out alive.
And you as well.
Not in whole of me, unfortunately. But
I see that.
well, I regrettably got lost from my charge, the ambassador. But he's, to my knowledge, alive. We were on our way eastward, back home, during the riots when we got split up. To my last I saw him, they were almost near the gates. I stopped and stayed as we were assaulted by a fresh wave, and allowed him and one of my companions, the fellow guards, to finish trekking him off. So long as the roads were safe, he should be home within the next day or two.
Well, that's good. Do I see any gaps in his armor, like where the wound was? Anything that looks off?
His armor, which is a typical half plate, it does seem gashed and gouged all over the place. His left arm is completely mangled, and his right hand that he kind of keeps it trying to cradle his mangled left arm in it with his right arm. But yeah, his armor looks pretty banged up.
Well, I can't spare a healing spell right now, but as we're walking and talking, I'm, with permission, going to use Mend on his armor to kind of clean it up a bit so it offers some more protection again.
Mm-hmm.
Mending, sorry.
Not a problem. After going through and cleaning that up, he astonishingly looks to you, very grateful. Thank you, brother.
I wish I had the time and energy to offer you more efficient healing, but right now I got to conserve my strength as well. This is something I can do at least, though.
There'll be healers in Dewhurst. I mean, we're hardy folk after all. It's just tiring as all to make it there. I had to be completely rerouted around the side of the city after some of the guardsmen in Agrier caught hold of me during the attack. They pulled me away from it and got me free.
I know just how haughty of folk we can be, so you keep taking care of yourself. May you find a warm hearth waiting for you.
And you too, brother.
See you in the mead halls.
Aye. And if we hear anything from the ambassador, I know he's very eager to speak with you. As soon as I hear word of him, I will look for you.
Aye. Hopefully we'll see each other in Dewhurst.
Aye. Travel well. Stone be with you.
I'll see you in his mead halls. And Orfgord will kind of sprint a little bit to catch back up to the cart and pull himself back.
Aye.
During the travel, Theron will also have his raven scouting to potentially catch any of the members of the clan.
I assume you're looking through Fallon's eyes the entire time?
Dinkins. No, Fallon Din can spot and relay that to me, while I can also look from the.
Okay. Um, uh, During that trek, you only, between the two of you, you only catch sight of one of the clanmates, and that would be the half-elf girl that had managed the outpost that you stayed in, the safe house, is what it was, in Agrier. And she appears to be traveling alone to Dewhurst.
I would hop out and head over.
Just people hopping out of the cart, just go wandering off to talk to people.
Yeah.
Totally
Kind of-
safe.
We're keeping an eye out for people that we know. Speaking of which, I'm keeping an eye out for a gnome.
For a gnome. Why are you keeping out for a gnome?
My Agrier contact.
Oh, right. Okay, I remember now.
Yeah, her.
Yeah, that one. Okay. Anyway, to Theron, real quick. Go ahead and start.
I'm glad to see you've made it out. Did you manage to receive my message?
Oh, oh, Sophia, I'm so glad to see you're alive too. Um, yes, I received your letter. My brother and I, we had just heard about the attacks were about to happen shortly before it did, and we evacuated ourselves, locked down the safe house, and we split up. He had went to go north. He had to go notify the clan of what was about to happen. I'm on my way south to Dewhurst because I didn't know where you were, and I went south to Dewhurst in an attempt to notify our bases there of what was happening on the chance that it happened there. So we're just following orders and procedures as best we can. But I'm glad to see you here because I feel so lost.
I am headed to Dewhurst with companions. The man who had entered before has signed up, and as you've read the letter, we have major problems.
Indeed, we do. Uh, well, sir, do you have, aside from stopping off at our safe houses in Dewhurst and informing them of the situation, do you have any other suggestions of what I should do?
I would make sure to follow any orders they have. I believe Dewhurst has some more experienced members, and if they can handle things there, you may want to try and head back to the clan. And if you see me in the streets, it's Theron.
Oh, yes, sorry, Theron, sir. Um, I'll certainly do that. I'll just go to the safe houses there and give them the needed information and wait for instruction. And
I will be stopping by as well. I'm headed there myself.
Okay, well, then I guess I shall see you shortly.
Indeed.
All right, see,
Stay calm.
yes, right, calm. Safe travels, sir.
And to you. He turns back, catches up with the cart, hops.
And Jay, during the entire 3-day trek, you do not see the gnome.
Jay does not let it show, but inside he's slightly worried.
Anybody else looking for people?
I'm looking for Abel Cortez because that bastard owes me money.
You already
He's
know
still
where
in the
he
city.
is.
Yeah, he's in the city.
Hey, I don't care. I'm just keeping my eye out just in case.
He ain't gonna be there. I'm gonna tell you right now. He upstairs fighting a war. He's busy.
He's been sent upstate.
Mhm.
Now, by upstairs, do you mean north or to heaven? Is he dead? You trying to say he's dead?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Already?
I don't know. We'll find out. Amelia, Nixie, do either of you two look out for anyone, or do you even care?
They don't
Yeah,
care.
well,
They have no
let me
soul.
know,
They don't
killer.
like anyone.
Go ahead, Amelia.
I said I'm watching out. I'm looking for anyone in particular, though.
Okay. Nixie.
Nope.
Nope.
DJ, you're no longer on roll 20 from what. Oh, there you are. You just reappeared.
All right then. So that's pretty much the gist of your 3-day trek from the Cortez estate down to Dewhurst. It's constant travel with large amounts of refugees. Occasionally, somebody getting off the cart and going to chat with somebody. And the
Having a bit of a laugh as you guys see the invalid dwarf try and climb himself back into the cart that he tumbled himself out.
Jay assists you back up.
Aw, thank you.
All right. Now I apologize
When
for
you grip his hands, you know. No.
Now I apologize for the recycling, but you've all seen it before. This is the best I was able to find.
Hey!
Dude, recycled. I know this map.
Hey!
Yay!
For those
So,
of you that
we're an
don't
irretemple.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, go ahead and watch Pirates of Paladin at Gyred's channel. This is Irithimble in that campaign, the land of gnomes.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yes. Now
No,
Oh,
Why are-
that's right. It wasn't recorded. My bad.
no, it was not recorded.
We
Yeah.
were recorded in the
So,
north. Well, go watch it
okay.
anyways. It's fun.
You guys come
R.I.P.
into the
Rome.
port on the east side. You come up through the east side port, and you dock outside. You are met by a dockmaster.
That is a
Oh,
fantastic cart you guys have to be taking overseas.
Let's
It's
It's
not.
dwarfcraft. It's dwarfcraft.
It's dwarf cap carts.
I'm gonna look
Don't
for a
worry.
man with white hair and a red coat.
Yeah, you guys will be coming in across the bridge here at this northern entrance.
Yep, I figured.
And so now that you're aware of what you guys are looking at, let me go ahead and take you to the gate.
Meanwhile, Sivian is currently being labeled a racist.
And Dante and Rum are about to go to a graveyard.
Hmm.
Hey, wait a minute.
And here is the front gate.
Where?
What do you mean where? You just place yourself down.
Oh, that's the gate. And I
Yeah.
was like, that is a road.
No, that is a bridge.
they
For a
said bridges.
gate.
Ulfgar,
That
you're on
somehow
the
our
wrong side.
dwarf made it through without any questions.
Ulfgar, we're still in the cart.
As you can tell, as you come towards the city, it is heavily guarded on the entrance. They have their trebuchets, their archers, and soldiers lined up everywhere, and they are looking at everybody. If anyone seems to be even the slightest bit suspicious, they stop them and give them a full pat-down check. And if they don't seem to even check out to their, unbiased looks, they end up taking them off into one of the side buildings there.
Fucking
Oh
gnomes.
dear.
the lot of you do indeed get stopped by guards.
Do it.
Considering how well armed most of you are.
You're suspicious as fuck.
Damn right y'all
Well,
are.
I'm not wearing any armor. So.
Yeah, you.
I mean,
lean
same.
over.
I use
lean
my
over.
warhammer as a walking stick, but yeah.
Yeah, it sounds the least suspicious of the lot of you.
I lean over the cart. Let us. Who is in charge? Who is your commanding officer?
All right. Yeah. So as it is, you get stopped by guards. Now, hold here. The rest, you here in the cart. What is your business here in Dewhurst? You don't look like refugees.
I need to see Admiral Parlone.
He turns over and I'm sorry. I can't. For some reason, I feel like I should know you, but who are you again?
You should. You should. I am Nixiana Cortez.
Oh!
These are my bodyguards. Let us through.
Oh, Lady Cortez.
J waves.
Oh,
let us through.
Yes, Lady Cortez. We will. Now you said you wish to speak with Admiral Parlone, is it?
Let us all reside at his place. We can meet him there. Yes.
Okay. Certainly, I will go ahead and send word for him. I do believe we actually had word that you were coming. I apologize.
As you should.
My relief may have received that letter. I was not quite properly informed.
And what is your name, good sir?
Jeth?
Mark.
I will make sure Parlone knows of your incompetence for this moment, unless you let us through immediately right now and give us some food.
Food. Yes, Lady Cortez. If you'll all accompany me, I will take you to Admiral Parlone's estate here in the city.
Can I retcon something?
Yes, what?
Since it was 3 days travel at night, I would actually be offering healing services to refugees.
Okay. So you out doing the whole good guy thing every day?
Neutral good, gotta do good.
Yep. All right. Let's see here. Now, let me go ahead and switch this over here.
She's just gonna sit back and cross her arms and glare towards the city in the cart.
Jay looks over at Nixie. What's going on?
I don't want to talk about it.
I have a suspicion.
And then keep it to yourself.
Nixie.
No, Uncle, not now.
My parents live here in Dewhurst. Would you rather go to stay with them?
Unfortunately, I don't have a choice.
Oh dear.
As you're traveling through the streets,
We lost you.
Okay.
There you are.
All right. As you're traveling through the streets, a very well-dressed young lady stops the guard and says, "Who are you accompanying?" And he addresses Lady Cortez and her entourage. As I thought, she marches all huffy and puffy, that full-on strut going on. And she stops at the end of the cart and glares directly at Nixie.
Oh dear.
You bitch. You dared to come back here again. I tell you, you're not going to have him. I swear you're not going to. I don't care if he wants it. Nope. We've already got it worked out. He's mine.
I'm sorry. Who the hell are you?
Jake casually Jake casually leans and looks at her, looks at this woman, and is just eyeing her.
Ulfgar has his hand on the plume of his hammer, but otherwise is not reacting at all. He's just kind of resting his hand like that. He's just
Alright. Despite your retort, Amelia, you clearly know who this woman is. You immediately recall her, and I'm quite certain despise her. As
I
being.
despise a lot of people.
Yeah.
Being Amelia.
Yeah.
Who is currently not on the map, by the way?
Oh, my
Babe?
bad. My bad. I done. Oops.
Yeah.
She must have met somebody on the trip. She's just stuck behind a little bit.
Oh, I see how you are, John. Cheating on me.
Oof!
How would I do that?
Now, you clearly recognize her as Lady Voreel.
Are you for real?
Yeah. But with a V. Lady Voreel is, as you recall, was actually trying to actively seek out Admiral Parlone's hand in marriage. Like, about as hardcore as he's coming after you.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This is one of those situations.
I'm just gonna lean over the cart with my arms dangling off of it. For real? Are you for real right now?
Jay snickers.
I knew you were gonna do it. Cortez. I told you he's mine. We'll do it today. I'm gonna go talk to him today.
God.
No, he is mine.
Tell you what. Give me 2 hours. Then you can have him.
2 hours. She kind of stops and looks kind of confused. What do you need 2 hours? No. Yeah. I know what you're gonna try and do.
No. You have my word.
2 hours is a bit short, don't you think?
Let me talk to him. And then you can have him. Savvy? Trust me. I hate this city. And I hate you.
Alright, Cortez. You'll get your 2 hours. But if you're not out of this city by then,
Well, I bloody won't be.
well, then you better be bloody out of his house. And I don't want to see nothing else happen of it. Otherwise, I have new people. And they will be there for you.
Ooh,
Jay pulls
I'm
out his
so
dagger
serious.
slightly and calmly looks at the woman. I wouldn't suggest threatening her.
The guard leans back. It's like, sir, do not be threatening the lady. She is the daughter of one of the councilmen that reside here in the city. Even so, you are accompanying Lady Cortez. I cannot have you doing that. Put that away, or I will have to confiscate it.
Jay slides it away, but looks glaringly at the woman. Do not threaten my lady.
I'm so scared of you. What are you going to do? Dye my hair pink?
Jay snickers again. Nixie, I can't calmly threaten someone if you're making me laugh.
And I can't take them seriously wearing that outfit. That was so last winter, darling. Get with the program.
Oh, I can agree with that. Not to mention it's a terrible color on her.
Oof.
It's teal, by the way.
Oof.
It really is not a good color on you, darling. It makes your eyes look puke green.
And you look fat.
You really do.
fat.
You
Oh.
really do.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Frustrated, she harumps and then wanders and then trods back off. Angrily struts back off, and you catch sight of her turning off into one of the side streets, and then are immediately accompanied by several men.
She doesn't have an ass either.
Jay, kill her.
I'm tempted.
I'll pay you dearly.
I can do this. How much are you paying?
Can we not have this discussion right in front of the guards?
And the guard just simply just sits there and glares at you.
Jay just smiles.
I just wave.
She really has no ass. And her tits were not holding up that dress right.
Regardless of the matter of fact of you being right on that, which I admit she is a bit of a bitch, and she totally has got nothing to her except money and, well, her father. But I can't be having that kind of talk, especially out here in the open, and especially from Lady Cortez. Your mother would kill me. Now please, just shush and come along now.
Jay just gives a slight snicker.
Everyone's more intimidated of my mother than my father.
I wonder why.
Jay just looks at Nixie like, that's news?
Dwarf, can I have some liquor?
I'll wait until we get inside this town securely before I give you any more to drink.
It's been 2 days.
I'll wait till we're securely inside the town before I give you any more to drink.
Oh my
Jay
gosh.
pulls out his black container and just passes it to Nixie.
The triangle expands into a square. The tomb for you, the admiral
I
for
forgot to
you,
stop at the river.
and now this mystery
Yes, you
girl.
Oh dear.
We forgot to stop at the river.
I can't imagine how things
we
are
are
going
Well,
to
let's
go.
turn around.
I'm
We are near
quite
the ocean. Don't you want to go over there?
invested in this story.
Does anyone want a free sword?
Jay just looks at you suspicious.
My videos on Jared's YouTube, I do apologize. I accidentally killed all my Firefox, so I'm pulling that back as fast as possible. Thank you for your understanding.
Does anyone want a free sword?
Not particularly.
I'll take it.
I wouldn't suggest that.
What is the lady going on about this?
What?
Nixie,
Wait,
why are you trying to pass off a sword that has Infernal written on it?
That's infernal.
That's Infernal, my dear.
Huh.
And I was using lady as in your title.
I'm no lady.
Jay whispers,
I want it noted for everyone else gathered here. She said it, not me.
I never wanted to be a
Jay
lady.
just sort of whispers under his breath, "No, duh."
I never wanted to be a lady.
And no, you were just born one.
I identify as a battle attack Apache helicopter, thank you.
Beautiful.
I was waiting for something like that. Alright, shall we continue on?
Yes.
God, are we there yet?
In fact, yes, madam, we are.
Good. I need a drink.
I passed you my black container. I passed you my freaking black wineskin.
It's
Yeah.
empty.
It's empty.
I need a drink.
Jay takes it back. I'm gonna have to refill that.
Okay then.
Well, this place looks familiar.
Yay, recycling.
Wow. Critical role symbol in the middle.
Is that what that is?
Holy
Yep.
crap, it is.
Oh, I did not know that. Neat.
I did not use this one though, so
No, it's a recycle
no.
from the one-offs.
Yeah. We may have broken into this house before.
I think a section of this house doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Teleported.
yeah. Here, I done fixed you.
Oh, dear.
And I'll fix Tilm too, since he's not doing anything.
that's right.
I'm
Do
gonna
my
look-
work. Do it.
I'm gonna look at the farm boy. Don't leave my side today, please.
Ooh!
Wait. Where'd that come from?
Jay just looks at you both, smiles, nods to himself, and just stays by Nixie's side as well.
Because I point to the redhead. That one, I don't trust. But she sticks around me and eyeballs me really weird. The dwarf is sexist.
Oof.
I thought wait, is the dwarf sexist or are you racist? Because I'm kind of.
Both.
I'm not racist. At least I don't think.
Fair enough.
Dark brooding over there, the shorter one. He doesn't talk. And I got my uncle. And, I don't have a lot of friends here.
You ready?
Yep.
Nope.
All right. As you get there, the guard speaks with the patrol at the front of this estate. They let you into to the main entryway, and then through the second entryway. And on the other side, you see Admiral Parlone. I actually think I got his full name here. Give me a minute. I know I have it somewhere. Oh. Buggery. Now it's actually going to bug me if I can't remember his name. Oh, wait. Nixie's.
I didn't do it.
Vero Parlone. Admiral Vero Parlone of the Savari Kingdom, acting as ambassador to the Arthenian Empire stationed in Dewhurst. And he is standing, waiting quite gleefully for you as you enter. And the moment you enter, he opens his arms with a big smile. It's like, finally, the Rose of Agrier is here. And he steps forward and gives you a big hug.
I do the awkward smile. Hi! That's me!
How old is this guy?
Old enough to be creepy!
Gotcha. 40s.
Actually, he's in his mid-30s.
Old enough to be creepy!
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, what, 10
11
years? Yeah. I've seen worse. A lot worse.
That's not helpful.
A lot worse.
It's not helpful.
Like, I don't know. Tiln and Jay, that's like, what, 60-year thing? Just saying.
Technically,
hey, age is just a number.
You're right. And prison's just a room.
I mean, technically, he is of legal age. And according to my people, he and I are actually relatively the same age.
Sure.
Y'all are children.
Hey,
No shit.
Prison is just another room. It has a door.
And windows.
Some windows. Yeah.
I hate
I
both
can
of you right now.
get out.
It's a perfect room for an introvert. Tell me I'm wrong.
The Rose of Agrier, finally back in my estate. Well, I have been waiting for this moment for some time, my dear Nixie.
That's me!
Yes, that is indeed you. Now,
Okay. Bubble? Can I push him back? Bubble?
yes,
Thank you.
yes. Anyway, I have heard, I've gotten a bit of a letter from your mother, and she tells me that you are indeed in agreement, but I need to hear it from you, my dear Nixie. Will
An
you?
agreement for what?
Can we talk in private?
But
Let's go in private, and I
Oh.
push him off.
Wait, in private, but you told me to stay right next to you.
Stay right there in private.
Jay puts a hand on
Over
his
here.
shoulder
No, get the
and
fuck over here.
whispers to him, "I think she's about to agree to an arranged marriage."
Oh,
I'm going
double
to.
stuff.
I'm going to look at the position of the sun. Kind of mark where it is. See if we can time this for 2 hours, because I want to see what happens.
Yep, let's see what happens.
there is quite conveniently a sundial nearby.
Quite conveniently, everybody that's not Nixie is staring at the sun.
Well, my dear Nixie, I apologize. I wasn't quite entirely sure that you were ready to move things fast through forward.
No.
But
I just don't want to talk in front of my uncle.
your uncle's one of your companions.
Yes. Anyways, chop.
Oh, yes. So, now I have heard from your mother that you are ready to agree to the arrangement. However, it would do my heart great joy to hear it from yourself in person. Will you, Nixiana Cortez, agree to marry me?
I put my finger
Just
on my
say
lip
no.
as I look up.
Just say no.
Marry and become a Paulone. That does sound tempting.
Now, I can he kind of moves your finger just a little bit. Now, I can understand, considering the grand circumstance of our families being completely different kingdoms, if you wish to keep your name, that is entirely satisfactory.
And you'll take mine?
Oh, interesting. I never thought that through, but yes, if that's what you would wish, I would be happy to do so.
Interesting. Tell you what, Parley, I'll make you a deal. Take me to the most romantic place in town for dinner tonight. But before you do, send all available troops to my town and help seize it back.
Well, but I could certainly appease you on the first one. In fact, I already have something prearranged for that. As for troops, I can certainly send word to my mother and have her army be shipped
He
out
still
here.
lives with his mom.
No, his mother's the general.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Great.
his
You mean
dad.
war leader or
No, the general.
admirals
That's
above?
kind of hot.
Admirals above general, though.
No, an admiral is just a general, but for the navy. A general is a military leader for ground forces. Admiral is military leader for naval forces. Essentially, it's pretty much the same rank, but different formations. Anywho, but no, his mother is one of the generals for the Savari Kingdom military, while his father is the merchant guild leader.
Well, at least he doesn't live with his mother while at 30.
Well, I mean, no, he's living here in Dewhurst. He has his own embassy. I mean, you're standing in his home. Anyway, now I can certainly work on getting my naval forces appropriated to disembark the Marines to provide additional ground support. But unfortunately, that, as per the agreement written out and provided to me by your mother, will not happen until after you say yes.
If you love me so much, Just do it now. I mean, you already know that the answer is yes, darling. And I hold his hand very romantically, and I like nuzzle up beside him.
He cuddles you. He's like, fantastic! This is what I've been waiting to hear. Now, I will certainly go ahead and send one to have my marines disembark and prepare themselves for war to march north to Agrier. But for today, you and I have something special. I will give you that romantic evening, but
Go on.
it will include our ceremony.
God, pass on that one, Parley. I can't do that right now. I have a job from Alatar himself, where I'm only staying for only a few hours before we have to leave.
I apologize. I don't know who that is.
He's some very high, powerful magic being. The Defender of all the Realms, I believe his title was. I'm surprised you don't know him. Your mother should have taught you better with your politics.
Well, I mean, your mother and father, though we speak on these terms, as well as, being the whole ambassador to my kingdom and all, they don't tell me everything that happens. Well, that is the way of politics, dear. Now,
the best I can do is dinner today, but after I get back, we can do the ceremony as big as you want, darling.
Well, then I think you're going to have to take that one up with your mother. And
she just told me that I have to agree to it. Not getting married today. I can't do that, and she knows of the importance of my mission.
And I'm sure she does. I mean, she is your mother, but this is the future of your entire empire. So, and I mean, she did forward the entire contract ahead of you. He pulls out a large parchment. If you wish, you can look at it. Saying yes, unfortunately, does not do it. It must require a ceremony to officialize it if we're going to have this alliance. Now, in all honesty, I personally would absolutely love to have the ceremony, but I can understand the need for urgency. Being a military commander myself, sometimes things need to be put off. I would be happy to go ahead and put this off for you for now, but I have to obey the law on this one. If we are going to enter this alliance from family to family, from empire to empire, we need to have this. It is an agreement between your mother and I, and it's written in official paper.
I see. Well, pardon me, Polly. I have to go talk to my companions and bodyguards about this because we were only expected to stay a couple hours, not the rest of the day.
Oh.
So, like I said, we had business. So let me talk to them.
It isn't that blasted woman, is it? Oh, what was her name? Variel or whatever. Is she hounding you again?
Who?
Oh, that wretched hag Variel. She won't leave me alone. I swear she comes here almost every day.
I don't know who you're talking about, darling. And
Speaking of, how long has it been?
It's been about 20 minutes right now.
So
damn.
let me go talk to my friends over there. Give me about 20 minutes to talk to them.
All right, but I have rooms and plenty available for you to stay here for the night. I understand that you said your mission is going to take you through out of city today, but if we're going to abide by your mother's contract, we're going to have to do everything, ceremony and all that today, which means chances are you won't be leaving until the morning.
Is there a room in private where I can talk to them away from listening ears?
Certainly. I will go ahead and have the guards escort them. Well, there's a sitting room here in the back. Yeah.
That'll do, Polly. That'll do.
All right, then. Certainly. He kind of steps out and is like, companions of the Lady Cortez, if you would please accompany this gentleman here. He will show you to one of the sitting rooms. I do believe your lady wishes to speak with you.
Jay just sort of casually nods and goes back there.
I give a look of my lady, but I'm in the back and below everyone else, so they probably can't.
No. Alright, so I'll go ahead and move.
As I walk, I curtsy and then walk and hurry to the other room.
Now Jay definitely knows something's wrong. You don't curtsy.
No.
I do for public appearances.
Alright, moving everybody else up in there.
Still waiting for the dwarf.
Huh? Dwarf? Oh, what's up?
He's just taking his time. He's got short legs. Give him a break.
The other person with short legs made it in record time.
Oh, that's 'cause I
He
moved.
was like, fuck that, I'm moving smoke bomb. Someone make sure no one's outside the door, please, and then close and lock it.
There's a,
Sends the breeze
there's a
to
guard.
the-
Hey! Beat it!
He just kind of looks like a little muffled, just like, damn, alright. Starts wandering off.
And I close and lock it.
What the? Alright.
And I let out a long sigh as I slide down the door. I don't want to get married!
Jay comes over, helps you come and sit on a couch.
He smells like rotten cheese!
All
And
right,
he's old!
I know. Ulfgar, would you mind pouring her a drink, please?
Well, we do have a cleric. He could do the ceremony really quick.
No!
No, Tiln. No, Tiln.
No!
Tiln, my dear precious boy. No.
Amalia! Do you want to get married?
Oof!
I hand, not in my
I down
mug.
it. I don't even
Okay.
care. And I hold out my hand with the cup for another.
Oh my. Your father to
Jay
become
looks
emperor.
at her.
You to be married
My
off.
dear, I don't think
Ah,
marrying someone else is going to fix this situation.
Then maybe we should kill him.
your parents have
That
thought this
is one
through
of the
very
suggestions
well.
I was going to offer.
I throw the
But-
sword on the table. Shut up!
Jay looks at the sword.
Ooh, someone
Okay.
looked at it.
No.
Oh dear. Jay turns his eyes back to Nixie. Nixie,
No!
why do you have to marry him?
So they get troops to aid the town.
Mother's
All right.
orders.
Then how about this? You marry
Open a
him?
window. It's hot in here.
No. Nixie, listen to me. He has both of her hands in his. He's looking at her. Nixie, here's what we're going to do. We're going to marry him. He's going to send the troops. Once we have word that the troops are there, he's going to have an accident. Okay?
I really feel like I shouldn't be privy to this conversation.
Dwarf, for once, just pour the damn alcohol and shut up.
I did twice for you, and that's all I'm pouring for.
I poke my head out the door. I need alcohol. Now.
Oh, yeah, yes, I will certainly get you something to drink. And he hurries one of the men off to go grab something for you.
Thank you. Close the door. No. It's not gonna happen.
Nixie,
No.
Nixie,
I'd
what
rather marry the
happens?
dwarf.
What happens if you don't marry him?
Oh, your city gets destroyed because
city
they
may
don't
fall.
get.
Your father may die.
Speak
Tell him.
correctly.
Yeah.
Help.
Oh, what's the farm boy going to do? Your
I guess
champion?
if you beg, I can see myself helping.
Oh, if you beg, I will be.
She
I don't
just
know.
gives
I feel
no
like I
way.
should be really offended by her comment there.
What, killing a noble?
Well, not just that, but also the fact that she'd rather marry me than the noble. I feel like I should be
I
really
don't know.
offended by that.
I don't think you're that bad of a looker, Ulfgar.
Thank
Considering
you.
your age.
Dwarf, understand two things. One, I'd have to get down on one knee and kiss you. And two, I like looking up at a man, not down.
So yes, it was an insult.
More of a thing of what's her type for a man.
Your
Well-
city in flames.
She has red hair. She could pull off of me.
Or
She's
We
too
just have
tall.
to do her makeup.
sacrifice
too tall,
a day
Nixie.
for a man to save your city,
Well,
your empire.
if you can distract him, maybe. No, this is a crazy idea. If Jade tells me what to say, I could give his troops the order to go aid your father.
He has to send word to his mother, unfortunately, and his mother's a...
Huh.
Unless... And she ponders. What if we forge the documents?
Oh,
I
Now
lean
you're
over to
you're thinking too
Tara, not expecting an
narrow-sightedly.
answer here, but just idly asking, is this what all human politics?
If you're going to talk, give good ideas, or get chucked out the window.
You're the one who had me stay in here.
Not you. I'm not crazy.
Well, with this talk,
Nixie.
you are, dear. Now,
Um,
your parents seem to
Jay
think
looks back at the
long-term,
sword, looks at Nixie.
but you certainly aren't.
Nixie.
I got an idea. This is idea 2, mind you.
Alright, so.
If we have her marry one of, then their marriage wouldn't actually be official. He could send the documents, and then we could annul the marriage that we created here.
Jay actually looks at Tillum, admits that's a good idea, and then looks at Nixie. I have a horrible idea.
No, this will be delightful.
2 of them, actually.
Ooh.
Neither one of
What
which
if
I
there's
like.
only 1 and 2s?
Well, the first one being, I know a little magic, my dear.
Oh, do you now? I wonder why.
And I do have a particular spell what I could use to make me look like you.
Well,
Same.
Considering
I
your
know your
parentage.
mannerisms. I could marry him and take care of all of this. Or, here's another way we can do this. We can avoid using his troops altogether. It just takes... Jay swallows, cringes. Going to talk to my father.
And the perception check is for...
Heritage.
Shit, he's looking at me!
Also, as everyone would be arguing, Darren actually would look over to Ulfgar and go, yeah, this is actually quite common.
So, quick question then. I want to ask to the group who have the idea to try and null the marriage just after he sends the documents. What would to stop him from resending him?
He dies.
Or
I
he
like that idea.
or he just doesn't know that the marriage is unofficial anyways.
That works
Can't
too.
we just forge the documents and forge the letter?
Real quick, with that perception, Jay, you have
Yep.
outlandishly informed the Cortezes entirely that you are indeed an elf, yes?
I've never actually told them what my race is. I've never specified what my race is. I have never said anything on whether or not I am or not.
Alright, well... Nixie, considering your perception check, it suddenly dawns on you that you are now seeing Jay in a bit of a new light,
And the fact that his skin is glowing slightly.
and that he's way too tall to be any variation of an elf. And just does not seem seems a little bit too off to be human.
Glowing skin, once again.
I mean, I got icy skin.
So, as far as you're concerned, you're not entirely sure what your uncle is anymore, because you've never seen anything like it before.
Oh no!
Come on.
Your uncle did.
Also,
Yeah.
Tiln, I'm
Yes.
wondering if you're catching the name reference that's been dropped here for the Admiral yet.
Oh. No.
No? Check your notes again for his name.
Oh, is it Thars?
Oh
No.
Is it the main bad guy?
No. From your one off.
What's his name again?
Vero Parlone.
Oh shit!
Bad.
I know a guy that he's related to.
Gotta
That's
love
okay.
that reaction.
That's a no shit reaction.
It's what I strive for. It's his dad!
no! Oh dear. I'm surprised that no one's actually commented on how going to see Jay's father would be able to help the situation.
I'm surprised no one looked at the sword funny.
Jay has
looked at it all.
been looking at that sword funny.
Go ahead, describe it, Chris.
Not yet.
Offguard did look at the sword at one point.
Mm-hmm.
As did Jay, but that was to translate the runes. That was both of us.
Oh no, we're talking about in the moment.
Oh yeah, this moment, Jay has looked at that sword and is just like, I don't trust that thing. I don't know why.
A number of times, actually. But
yes,
yeah.
I have.
Yeah, no. Anyway, continue on, as we were. We're planning, and plotting, and stuff. Yeah.
I don't exactly like the idea of pretending to be Nix, but I also don't like the idea of going to see my father, though I would actually prefer that one in a strange way.
Wait.
To Theron. Does no one have good relationships with their families or that?
What? I do, you bastard.
Jay looks
That
to
was whispered to Theron.
You didn't say whisper.
Yeah, he
He
did.
did.
Wasn't speaking it loud.
All I heard was two. Like, you looked at the guy like, hey.
He did say he whispered it, so
Yeah, he did.
No, I didn't hear it. No, I don't believe it.
believe it or not, it matters not.
So, Jay just looks at Nixie. So if you like, we can go and talk to my father, because that honestly might be our best option.
What if
bad
we get
option.
for real?
What?
Hurry up to be me.
Oh my
Oh.
dear
But she doesn't know how to walk or talk like you, my dear.
child.
We could teach her.
You're
They hate each other.
terrible.
Is she
at this.
even
Yeah,
getting a
but
choice in this
it re-
matter?
But it really looked like she wanted to marry this guy, so if we tell her what the plan is, maybe she would even go along with it.
That's fair.
And if not, I kill her.
I mean, you already wanted to do that.
You are so short-sighted, child. Your parents can see better and plan better than you. Don't you understand they're trying to make you an
Spoiled.
empress?
Go ahead.
Things like this happen more often than I care to count.
So who do I marry according to your grand?
Well, Amelia or Tiln would two good options.
She could marry Ulfgar.
You could marry Ulfgar. You
You
could
did
marry
say you'd
Theron
prefer
here.
it.
You could marry Theron here.
Nah. I swear, you missed this opportunity.
You always did say you liked the mysterious type.
I question
One more
you.
word, and you go in the damn river. Actually, dwarf, may I borrow your whetstone?
Oh dear.
Why do you
Gee!
need my whetstone?
I need to sharpen my blade.
Okay.
I hold out my hand.
I throw a whetstone.
Excuse me,
I
I'm gonna
hand a
actually do a perception check on this damn sword.
I'm cautiously handing over the whetstone.
Cool, I got 2 whetstones, and I'm going to grab my sword.
Okay.
Giggity?
On my lap.
Hang on.
With both hands on both sides, I'm just going to take the whetstones and just start sharpening the blade.
I'm doing a perception check on this sword.
I want to watch her technique because this is.
I've never
Ridiculous
sharpened
doing
a
that.
sword, and I know that this isn't how you do it.
Yeah, same. I have. This
Okay.
isn't how you do it.
So as Nixie sits down with her sword in her lap, she's taking both whetstones and just grinding straight directly on the blade. Not like
On
not
both sides.
on both sides, just going straight up and down, up and down. Yeah. Now,
Good night, folks.
okay. Now everybody can clearly see Nixie doing this.
Bob goes drinking straight from his flask.
And everybody can clearly see Nixie is distressed. Those of you who rolled perception checks, you can see.
I rolled a perception check for that sword.
I'm aware. You can clearly see how really stressed out Nixie is. Something's not right with her right now, and you know it has something to do with the sword. And though you completely look the sword up and down, you can't seem to understand why, aside from, there's nothing wrong with the sword except the weird writing on it. That's all you can perceive. Is the
I don't
weird
trust
writing.
anything with Infernal written on it. Gonna tell you right now.
I mean, the sword itself does seem to be very awkward in terms of a sword. I mean, the hilt is a very disturbing looking skull with antlers protruding out the side, making the hilts the guard.
I'm totally judging the craftsmanship of that sword. It looks terrible and highly impractical.
and obviously the large blade with the runes etched into the blade themselves. For Ulfgar, all you know is that it's infernal, and, well, Jay, you already know what it actually does indeed say. And that's pretty much what you got right now.
Jay goes over and just starts rubbing Nixie's shoulders. Nixie? What's wrong?
Oh, now someone asks me.
By the way, Nixie,
What?
as you stop your grinding on the blade to turn to Jay and make your reply, you notice the sword doesn't have a scratch on it. Your grinding with the whetstone has done nothing.
I'm
She's about to
marveling at
yeet that sword.
Oh.
Tilm duck.
I guess I'll duck.
That thing's about to fly out a window. I just know it.
2 months ago, I got sick. And I wake up from what felt like a lifetime of a sleep. And this thing is randomly in my house. And I'm like, new sword, who dis? And the guards are like, I don't know, some dude in a black robe said it was for you. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then I start using it, and it came with this little weird pamphlet on how to etch these things. Seems pretty cool. I get to do cool stuff. And then I use it one day, and some people are trying to kill me. And then I'm like, okay, nothing out of the ordinary. And then the next day, my whole town goes crazy. I meet a farm boy. I meet a sexist dwarf, a redhead that doesn't like me, and Mystery over here. And now I'm trying to get married. And I don't want any of it. I want to go home. I want to go to bed like it's a bad dream. And have more liquor, please. And I hold out my hand.
Not until you stop calling me sexist, because I think you're not used to fighting.
All right, Dorothy, over the rainbow we go.
Jay just sort of
I'm not home anymore, and I don't like it.
It's all right, Nixie. It's all right. Now,
You go marry Mr. Rotten Cheese.
like I said, Nixie, we have options. I can disguise myself as him. I don't like that idea, but we can do it. We can go and talk to my father. Trust me, he will have a way to fix this. We have some options of what we can do.
What do you think, redhead number 2?
I believe you should follow the rules.
Oh my god, you're as bad as my father!
Well,
Be the well-being.
you already
There's no reason to
said.
follow your heart.
I believe you
As
were trying to say something then.
yes, as you already said, the annoying one we ran into on the streets, if she could be made to look like you and then just follow enough mannerisms, then it's 2 birds, 1 stone. You don't have to worry about it.
Until it wears off and he realizes, man,
True, which is why our best option would be for him to eventually die.
well, I have a plan.
All right?
I have. What time is it? A few hours at least until dinner. If we can't have a good plan by then, I'll get married. Unfortunately, he sends out the letter, and then that night I kill him.
No, 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 no. Not that night. That'll be suspicious.
Fine. Tim kills him.
How about while you're
Um,
sleeping, I kill him?
But I don't want to touch him,
You
because then
don't
I smell
have
like
to.
cheese.
You don't have to. You can just tell him that you're not ready to consummate the marriage as of yet, and you two can sleep in separate beds.
Let's go talk to your father. I need out of this damn house, and I need a damn.
All right, let's go talk to my father.
Where is my alcohol?
That is an excellent question. Jay goes out there.
It got passed through the door at one point or another, but
All right.
you all were too busy in this that it was just got handed to Ulfgar.
Ulfgar, you better not have drinking Nixie's alcohol.
No, he drank from his own flask.
I doubt it. I've had like how
I
much
didn't say
today?
that I gave it to you.
All right,
You bitch.
Jay goes out to talk to Admiral Cheese.
Admiral Cheese. Go
I
ahead.
want a little moment with Nyx.
Yeah,
Oh,
It's
God.
not. It doesn't have to be private. Just a moment.
Okay, we'll go ahead real quick with Jay first. Go ahead.
Jay goes out. Excuse me, Admiral.
Yes. And you are?
Jay Marlowe. I am Nixie's godfather. She calls me uncle.
Oh! Oh, so you're this famous uncle that I hear about every now and again. Well, Admiral Vero Parlone, it's a pleasure. And he offers his hand.
He shakes it and grips it a little tightly and then releases.
A good grip for someone as lengthy as you. Now, what can I do for you, Mr. Marlowe?
Nixie is not feeling too well. Wedding jitters, I think. We're going to go over to. My family actually lives here in this town. I'm going to be going to visit with them for a while, and I wanted to introduce Nixie to them. I've been meaning to do that for a while now, actually. So
Mm-hmm.
we're going to go and talk to them for a bit, and then when it's time for dinner, Nixie is all yours.
Oh, well, fabulous. That actually works rather well, as I understand the Arthenian tradition, groom and bride can't see each other during dressing. So this is great. I already have her gown and everything appropriated for her, so I will send it along with you, and then you can provide any preparations you need, and I shall expect to see you. There it is. Yes, the Royal Gardens over by the docks on the south side of town.
All right. Two other things.
Yes.
First of all, during the wedding,
Yes.
if I gave her away.
I'm sorry, you're cutting out.
I hope you don't mind that if in place of her father, that I gave her away at the wedding.
Oh, that I completely understand. As I understand, her father is currently quite busy with the ongoing war.
And the second thing is, Nixie is she's very nervous about the idea of the consummation part. I don't think she's really ready for that yet. So you might want to go ahead and prepare another bed for her here tonight.
All right. I will see what I can have done about that. Especially, I'm not entirely sure she'll even, be staying here for the whole night as it is. I understand you. I assume you are working with her on this whole Alatar business.
Yes, all of us are.
Oh, the whole lot of you. Oh wow. Must be quite a thing. It's a bit of an interesting group.
Yes.
But all right. Well, and yes, I will go ahead and provide you and your companions with her dress and any accessories that she will be needing for the ceremony. The ceremony will be taking place in the gardens. I will have guards sent to escort the lot of you there several hours before sundown, just before it's time.
We'll just meet you there. She'll be safe enough with us.
Understandable, but it's customary for
of course.
for my kingdom, so it must be done.
Of course.
Now, is there anything else that I can provide to you to ease my darling's comfort?
No, I can't think of anything else right now, except maybe another glass of wine might ease her nerves.
And some cheese.
Jeez. Certainly, I will definitely send a complimentary bottle along with. Please don't let her drink too much. It would be terrible for public appearance, especially on her part, if she comes into the ceremony wasted.
I know how she gets when she gets wasted, so you can be sure that that's not going to happen.
Fabulous. In that case, I will go ahead and have some of my men gather everything for you, and they'll escort you there, so that way they'll do all the carrying and heavy lifting. Sounds good?
Yes.
All right.
It'll work.
Fabulous. Then I certainly do. I hope she
goes back.
Oh well, okay.
I don't like you, and I want you to know it.
Despite everything, he's actually not that bad a guy.
I know, Jay doesn't like him on principle. I am her godfather. I'm not supposed to like him.
And yes, he does very much enjoy cheese. So he does smell a little bit like cheese. Otherwise, typically this guy, which Jay, you and Nixie both would know a fair amount about him. He's pretty much just like a straight shooter guy, in terms of like politics and the law and everything. He really, for the most part, does not, to your knowledge, does not dabble at all, in anything for the underground at all.
You're just trying to make me feel bad for wanting to kill him.
A little bit, yeah. No, this dude is a total straight shooter. He is.
All right. If we don't have to kill him, we won't kill him. But if we have to kill him, I'll kill him.
Hey, that's on you. I'm just letting you know who this guy is.
And plus, Jay doesn't care if he gets paid.
That's
and plus, it's a treat for Nixie. He'll call it a wedding gift.
Ha! Okay.
Empty now.
Jay comes back in and actually reports to Nixie what went on.
Okay. And before you do, we'll go ahead and have the conversation with Ulfgar and Nixie. Yes.
Yeah.
All right then, Nixie. I'm holding the drink hostage.
Oh no!
Dwarf.
You stop calling me sexist, I'll give you your alcohol back.
She just lifts her head up and glares.
To be fair, his assessment's not that wrong. You've only had the sword for like 3 weeks?
I only started using it about 5 days ago.
Yeah, see?
And that is what my comment was directed at. I would have said that to him if he was showing a bad sign in a fight. It had nothing to do with the agenda.
Fine. My apologies.
Side note, Ulfgar, I do appreciate the side compliment there.
And I hand her her drink.
I down it.
I toast.
Nope, no toast down.
No, there is no toasting going on right here. She
No
is a
toast,
fan.
just drink.
That's for later at the ceremony.
Yeah, Jay comes in. All right, Nixie, here's what's going to happen. We have an escort to my parents' place, which I don't really like. Wow, you're perfectly fine. Just saying that. There's a 20 there. She holds her alcohol like a champ.
These nerves are like instantaneous sobriety. That alcohol ain't touching them nerves.
Oh, God. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to go to my parents. We're going to stay there for a few hours, talk with my parents, see if my dad can help us. And then, if we can't come up with anything, the escort's going to arrive, and we'll be going to a place called the Royal Gardens, where apparently the ceremony is set. He's also giving us the dress and all the accessories. It's all right. It's all right. We're going to go and talk to my father. I'll make sure everything's all right. That's what I'm supposed to do, so that's what I'm going to do.
Plus, like, if you do marry him, it's not the worst thing, because we're going to be leaving as soon as it's all said and done anyways.
And we still need to get that cart and horse from him.
Yeah. But after we leave, maybe we let it sit for a little bit. Maybe he'll still be interested in you when we get back, and
Maybe
we
he'll
kill
be
him.
dead.
Yeah, maybe he'll be dead. Wait, what?
I can talk to people.
Why are we talking about killing this man?
Yeah, he's not a bad person.
No, I'm saying that maybe he'll be dead because this is a bloody war.
Oh, that's true.
Fair,
That's why
but
the
you
war
have
happened.
been speaking rather loudly about killing him.
I kinda took it as a
He's been
joke.
keeping it at a whisper to help sort of calm. He's been keeping it in a calm whisper for Nixie.
I'll accept that.
If he dies because of the war, that is one thing. And that's about all I would condone. As far as I understand, I wouldn't be any part of harm coming to him.
Oh, he's not actually a bad man. Doesn't have anything to do with the underworld.
I
or
definitely
anything
agree
like
with the
that.
short man.
He's not a bad man. It's not that. It's just he's bloody 30.
Ish.
So yeah, but
30-ish.
that's kind of
And-
normal.
Yeah, it really is.
It may be, but that doesn't mean that I approve of Nixie marrying someone so
Another
early in
child.
her life.
People,
For you, maybe, as well as me. But really, Nixie doesn't want to marry him, and that's what I'm trying to respect.
Don't you know anything about courtly love? She can have a side man.
Uh,
And he
That
can
is
have
true.
a side woman. I bolt out
That-
the door.
Yes.
Jay grabs
Quick!
she's gone.
Nope.
Quick!
I pause on Jay. It just can't hit the public.
Okay,
No.
okay.
I know.
Somewhat shady sort of thing.
Jay goes after Nixie like, nope, nope. Honey, no.
Hey! Where's the real estate?
Oh, God.
No, you seriously, dear, you do not want to go there.
No.
Jay
No,
just
trust,
Jay
trust.
just comes over and puts his hand on Nixie. Nixie? No.
Trust. Where is
No.
it?
No.
My
Answer
Nixie,
me.
no.
Answer me now.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
answer her.
Okay,
Don't answer
okay.
her.
My dear,
Do it.
No.
my lady of Agrier, please. All right, I'm not. You seem to be extremely frazzled about this whole business. So here's what we're gonna do. My gods already have everything prepped for you. They will go ahead and take you where you need to go. So if you and your companions wish, please just follow along with them, and they'll get everything done.
Nixie, we're not going to that estate. We're going to go and see my parents, and then if you want to go to that estate, we'll go, okay?
For the 3 other people who didn't bolt out of the room, Theron is actually sitting there kind of chuckling to himself about it.
Hey, you, or you.
These
Nixie's
children.
puts a piece.
They don't know the cult of the old days, do they?
Jay puts a piece of candy in Nixie's mouth, just like
My
nope.
estate.
Puts
What
a
is
hand
it?
over her mouth, just like no. Stop.
Olfgar's going to start walking out.
No.
The real estate.
Tomb, help me get her in the cart.
Oh. Now, he actually walks out with you. And he puts, as you all get outside, he puts his hands on your shoulders, Nixie, and then he rubs your cheek. My Lady Rose, everything will be fine. We will be happy. Our families will be happy. And our kingdoms will be ever closer and stronger. Trust though, even though I may indeed truly feel for you, this alliance will do more good than you could possibly imagine. Please, rest some and allow this to happen.
And together we shall rule this universe as one.
Get out of here.
Ulfgar, no.
Then he turns you, and walks you to the carriage, and holds his hand, holds your hand up and helps you, up into the carriage.
Whoa, cheese guy. Don't you think we should get this carriage replaced before you put her into it?
Indeed, and we could use a second horse as well.
Well, considering how many you are and how he kind of looks around at it, how dainty this carriage is. Absolutely.
Hey! This is fine craftsmanship. Apologize.
I'm sorry, my dear, but
I made it.
oh, well, I dare say you are quite talented then.
That's right.
I knew you were trained in the arts of war and politics, but this is rather impressive. I did not know you worked carpentry
I
at
dabble
all.
in many things.
Well then,
Jay puts his arm on Tiln and is trying not to fall over from chuckling.
I'm
No,
indeed quite
no.
impressed. Well, yes.
What about we can't see each other? Go, be gone.
Alright, well,
Goodbye.
when my gods fetch you for the ceremony, they will come with an additional carriage.
Okay,
Perfect.
All right then.
I shoot him off.
Bye!
And he nods his guards off as they escort you.
Jay gives the guards directions to his parents' house.
I turn around with my arms crossed. God, what a bitch.
Jay just looks at Nixie.
Looks like you'll fit in.
Nixie. Well, I agree with you. We're not going to go to that woman's house. Not yet. Let's go and talk to my father first.
And you're welcome, farm boy.
For what?
Defending the honor of your carriage.
Oh, this old thing? I didn't actually, I didn't pay
I'm
or
going to hit
make.
you.
I didn't pay for or make this.
You stole it?
Sort of.
Color me impressed, farm boy.
All right, so they take you through the streets. All right, here, I'll actually go ahead and show you where you were at. So his estate was about right here. Yep. Now,
Okay.
you are being transported to, let's see here. All right.
Yeah, I should actually mark where my parents' house, I think.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now. They're kind of off to the side. They like to keep their own thing.
Yeah, they'd probably be over here.
My parents'
Or over here.
location is unknown.
Actually, yeah, no, I'm totally down with that. Yeah, you're way over here.
Yeah, my parents are over there.
Yep. So that's where they're taking you. And the gardens, I'll go ahead and mark Nixie for the garden area, is right over here. So.
Okay.
Right here.
Yep.
How about put Nixie over there where the gardens is, and then put me down where my parents' house is?
Okay. So, Nixie, you're there. That's where the gardens will be, where the ceremony is.
That's an Ulfgar.
And that's Jay and his parents.
Okay.
All right, now let's go ahead and actually move you to the house.
Yay. Mom and Dad.
Hey, wait a minute.
I was going to go to a high-known gnomish blacksmith to talk technique. Fine, I won't.
You're damn right you won't. You're on a cart.
Yeah. Jay goes and knocks on the door.
All right, now I apologize because I'm going to really just start recycling units here.
Okay.
Not recycling.
Ugh, I know, I got terrible tokens.
How dare you?
I know.
Hey, look at that guy's fancy hat, though.
All right. All right.
He's got 4 feathers.
I'm glad. I'm actually surprised you can see that many. Anywho, as you get there, you a well-dressed gentleman opens the door.
Black hair, by the way.
What?
Dad has black hair. Mom has blonde.
Okay, cool. Then you describe him.
Tall gentleman. Very well-groomed, short beard and mustache. Black hair tied back into a ponytail. Will greet you at the door. The woman beside him is tall and beautiful with silver blonde hair, trailing down in a nice braid, with these shining blue eyes.
Okay. Well, the gentleman first opens the door, and he sees you all there. It's like, Jay! And he embraces you immediately.
He what? We lost you.
Embraces you.
Jay just sort of awkwardly pats his dad.
Your mother
Hi.
and... He holds you back at arm's length, still holding on to you. Your mother and I have been so worried. We heard about what happened up in Agrier. Things are getting
Did you
terrible.
get my letter?
Indeed we did, dear. Things are getting terrible out there.
I'll say a freaking councilman burned down my shop.
Well, what?
What the hell was that?
Indeed.
That was a demon.
Obviously.
Any better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, indeed we heard about that, but it's good he got, well, I feel we heard that he got his comments. Now, I'm glad you're all here. I'm not entirely sure who you are. Wait a minute. It's that little Nixie!
Yes, this is Nixiana Cortez.
Oh, dear child, you've grown. I don't think we've seen you since, I don't know, the day you were born. Anywho, come...
Hi!
Come on all in. I don't know who the rest of you all are, but come on in for now.
Father, this is Tiln, Ulfgar Stoneforge. That one likes to be called Thern, and that one's Amelia.
Hi!
Interesting. Come on in. Anyway, everybody, come on in. We'll all have a seat and let's go ahead and talk some things over. We got a lot to catching up to do.
Jay immediately goes over to his mom and embraces her.
All right, so y'all coming inside.
Please come in, sit, Mother. It has been a while.
Oh, indeed it has been, dear. I have been greatly worried. Your father knew you'd be fine, but even despite that, he still worries himself. Oh, nonsense. Jay can handle himself. Obviously. I mean, look at this rabble he managed to cock off.
We lost you. What did you say?
So, at what point?
Oh, look at this rabble.
Look at this rabble. He's cocked up. He's got himself. I mean, look here, Nixie, all strapped up in armor, ready to fight. I'm actually kind of surprised you're not upstate with your father right now. He must have you.
About that.
Well.
Do you recognize the name Alatar?
They both stop and look at each other. Huh. No, I don't think we do. No.
Well,
Anyway.
he's a very powerful man who's gathered us all and is sending us out to take care of some things that may be the cause of what's going on. Nixie is one of these people. Unfortunately, we've run into a bit of a bypass where we may need your expertise, Father, and I'm not entirely comfortable asking you this.
Oh. He takes a seat, puts his hands on the table, and folds them in front of him.
There's an admiral here who is in charge of an embassy from a different kingdom.
Carlone?
Yes. He's been set to marry Nixie. Yeah. Nixie does not want to marry him, but unfortunately she must in order to attain his family's forces, as well as the support of his kingdom.
Yes, the grapevine does go quite far. I've already heard of the treaty that works between our kingdoms should the marriage go through. It is quite extensive for the benefits that the Arthenian Empire will receive.
Father, I was wondering... I can't believe I'm asking you to do this.
Go on.
If you would be willing to make a deal.
Your mother is like, no. No.
Hey, wait a minute.
J. Lucifer Marlowe, I cannot believe that you are asking your father for this.
And now everyone knows that Jay's middle is Lucifer.
Wait a minute.
Jay just kind of looks at everyone.
She leans in. Players. Deals, huh? Deals, huh?
Nixie,
I can explain about this, and you're not going to like it.
No, we will not be. No, you will not be explaining anything. Sit down, Jay. This is your mother speaking.
Mother, please.
Nope.
No.
Have a
Things
seat.
have been said.
No.
Things have been said.
Nixiana, my husband here is not no simple carpenter. He works for the council. Granted, he doesn't do so openly, because I'm sure, as you already know, they like to, some of them like to work in discretionary terms.
Jay's leaning over by the fireplace, like, I wasn't gonna tell him, sort of look on his face.
He does work.
Or is being off guard.
He does work officially with the council, and he may be able to pull some strings for you. But no, this is something that we have already heard of, as your father has mentioned.
Mother,
No.
we
No.
do need the forces up there.
Exactly. Which is
But
why
I'm
we will not be messing with this at all. Now,
Uncle,
Dad, please say something.
Uncle, I want a word in private, please.
In a moment, Nixie.
Now.
Damn it. Follow me. And he takes her to his old bedroom.
Alright, go ahead.
Are we in private?
Jake, you might want to move your picture up.
No.
There.
Jay looks at her. Alright, here's the thing. My dad is very good when it comes to making deals.
Yeah. I know.
I don't think you do.
The immortal heritage? You're taller than an elf, you're not really human?
Shit. He says that audibly.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly is your guess, my dear Nix?
I don't know. You tell me, low stick.
And you've noticed that as well.
No, now that
Jay
boy's
allows a slight
father,
tingle
a
of
traitor.
electricity to form on his hand.
Your father's a traitor, and your mother's a traitor.
They certainly both are.
His eyes
I don't
look
care
straight at
shit for the
Nixie
mother, though.
with that tingling lightning on his hands.
Means nothing to me.
And she can see that the white of his eyes is not white. It's gone black.
Fallen
He allows
Seth.
the electricity to fade, and they're back to white.
Oh, fallen.
Now you see it, girl.
It's a thing.
A child of both the heavens and the hells.
But how does an angel and a devil?
How did you... You said you didn't have a... Jay looks to the sword. Nixie, what exactly is that sword?
Wouldn't you like to know, boy?
Sword.
I'm afraid, Nixie, I don't believe you.
Well, I'm afraid you're gonna have to roll with.
Fair enough.
Unfortunately, the wolf didn't help.
I figured as much. But yes, Nixie, I am a Nephilim. My father is indeed... A Nephilim is a child between an angel and a devil. I told you I didn't like the idea of asking my father for help. I absolutely abhor his deals. As does my mother, for the most part. But if you like, you could make a deal with him.
I don't like deals.
Oh yes, the last deal landed you in this position.
I throw my sword on the ground. Shut up!
That thing's talking to you, isn't it?
No.
It's a way out. You wanted a way out. That's a way out.
There's never a way out.
Repeat that, please.
There's never a... Okay.
You guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, my computer did weird shit. Anyways. Nix. It's either this, or I get stuck as you for a couple days. And I don't like that idea.
I pick up the sword and hand it to her.
I'm a dude.
You can't give me away that
We're all
easily.
dudes.
You and Amelia are the only females? You want me to take that sword and pretend to be you for a couple of days.
Kind of.
Make her pay for it.
Alright, Nix. Can't believe I'm doing this.
What kind of deal?
What?
What kind deal?
One you probably won't be
See,
happy with.
Okay.
Shut up!
Did you want to deal with my father or deal with me?
I say yes. Do I get to hear both choices?
Sure.
You can only say yes once.
Alright. If you take a deal with my father, I want something in return, but it won't be your soul, I can tell you that much. He's not in that business. But he may ask something of you.
Oh, I'm sure
That
it'll
will
be
be
interesting.
in his eyes of equal value. You make a deal with me, all I want is help getting rid of the Iron Fist Syndicate so that I can get my damn money and rebuild my damn shop when this is all over.
Oh, that one's too easy. Your father's been
Is that
trying to get rid of
agreeable?
them for a while anyway. But then again, who knows if they'll even still be alive after that riot.
I want to hear what he has to say.
Alright then. Jay pokes his head out the door. Dad!
To be fair, while they're away, I actually want to talk with Jay's mom and dad.
Go on.
Have that.
Go
Have that.
on.
This is going to be beautiful.
Okay, so I'm going to look at Jay's dad and go say, alright, I don't really know your name, so Mr.
Len and
Jay?
Maria.
Yes, I apologize. Tilm, my name is Lynn, and this is my wife.
L-E-N.
Sorry, Len. Len, and this is my wife, Maria. What can we do?
Why did you say that name?
So, if you don't mind me asking, what kind of deals do you guys operate in?
As my wife was saying, as she's glaring at him intently, I work for the council. I take care of all the backroom deals between council members, ambassadors, and so on and so forth. So, the deal of which my dear son was requesting was to see if I can make some sort of arrangement with Ambassador Parlone, or maybe even his parents off in the Savari Kingdom. And if we can reach an agreement, it will most likely provide us with mutual aid to the Arthenian Empire without Nixie getting married.
And so, like, what kind of, like, I'm sure you couldn't do that agreement for free. That seems like something you would ask somebody for a favor for.
Oh, absolutely, especially of all people, Nixiana. I mean, she's a daughter of a councilman after all. They certainly have more pull than I personally do. I simply just arrange things.
And how much would it take for me to strike that deal?
What's your last name, boy?
Ulfgar's going to take a pause, and excuse himself out of the room.
Alright.
I definitely don't have nearly as much pull as the Cortezes. That's for sure.
Tilm...
Dundragon.
Oh! I have indeed heard of you. Well, you most certainly do not have nearly as much pull as the Cortezes, but I have heard of the Dundragon name. What a coincidence! You were the one to escort his father back home to the Savari Kingdom. We've heard of your exploits, yes!
Yeah. So I have made a little bit of a name for myself, but I'm not as big as the Cortezes. I'm just curious if I could perhaps strike an arrangement.
Oh, now, what kind of arrangement would you want precisely?
The exact arrangement that we came here for.
Indeed. Now, as I understand, Mr. Dundragon, you do have a bit of fame to yourself, especially in terms of the Parlone family, with how well you managed to handle the situation with the Admiral's father. And that was through your God service guild that you had named Uber, I believe.
Of course.
Now,
I thought it was a catchy name, to be fair.
And quite a unique one, I'll give you that. It certainly sticks in a person's memory. Now, do you know if any of your guild is still left, or was it destroyed with the city?
Oh, jeez. Did I see many of my guildmates on the trek here?
Alright, you did not see much of your guild during your leave of the city.
Okay.
Most the few you did see them occasionally, mostly turning on each other because some going mad, some not. The building itself was, unlike half the rest of the city, was actually not on fire, except one of the walls was knocked down. Now
I can't. Okay.
Now,
Keep
you
going.
didn't actually see anybody on your way out, but after you got to the Cortez estate and started your trek again, second time, you did meet with a number of them, and you have heard that out of your your Uber service, there were probably which was a guild of, I'd say, around 100 guardsmen has now been dwindled down to approximately 30 from what you've heard.
So, from what I've heard, there's probably about 30 people left in my guild.
Mm-hmm. Now, the arrangements that I'm under the impression that Nixie wants is to attempt to commit the Savari Kingdom's forces in alliance to the Arthenian Empire in full, but without the marriage of Nixiana Cortez. If I am correct in assuming that that is what she wishes, that is going to be an extremely difficult task. And I apologize, Mr. Dundragon, though you are quite an interesting lad yourself. You do not have nearly enough pull, or nothing of interest that would benefit the council enough to make such a deal.
Alright, I guess that's fair. I just wanted to see if I could get Nixie to owe me a favor.
Well, if you can get that one to owe you a favor. Interesting. Now, in your mind, you hear this. Tilm.
Mhm.
If indeed you truly do wish to make a deal, it will not be in front of the others. Only you hear that.
Okay.
And while this is going on, he immediately just kind of he sits back as you're hearing this and just kind of idly chats with the rest with everybody else.
Until he hears.
Wait, can I
reply? Before you do, you hear the scream of "Dad!" coming from the back room. I guess Jay wishes to speak with me. And he starts wandering off, and it just puts
I'm gonna go ahead and walk out.
With him?
Yeah.
Okay, well, just before you get up, he puts his hands up. He's like, I know. As his wife, Maria, is just glaring at him the entire time as he walks out.
I love my mom.
Okay, so...
I have a stilted nod as he passes by me.
Alright.
I'm sitting in the hallway.
Okay, he just nods back to you and comes up to your room.
She knows. I think it's because of that sword. I don't trust that sword. I don't like that sword. Would like you to examine that sword if you could. And she wants to know what you would want in exchange for a deal.
What's this about the sword now?
Nothing.
Nixie, give him the sword.
No.
Nixie, at least look at the sword.
You can look at it while it's sheathed.
Well...
It has runes in Infernal on it.
Interesting.
So tell me, what's it like being an angel?
He's not the angel, he's the devil.
Yeah, I knew that.
Well, now, Nixie, what gave you that impression that I am an angel or a devil? I don't know what you're talking about.
Because I'm not stupid.
Jay just points at the store.
Plus, there's a wolf that sniffed him. Gave it away.
Winter Wolf, Alatar's companion. It sniffed me, said that I smell similar to Alatar, apparently.
And immortal.
And immortal.
Oh, well, I mean, elves do live a long time, but alright.
They're not immortal.
Already figured out that I'm not an elf.
And they told me.
Well now. Alright then. Interesting. So, What are you willing to offer?
Not exposing you.
Jay face palms.
I mean, you're a traitor, and he's a monster. Kind of goes hand in hand.
Jay actually looks visibly hurt by that comment. Like, he is visibly hurt by you calling him a monster.
Not my words.
His eyes go glowing red, and he seems to get bigger. Now, Nixiana Cortez, despite your father's position, you are nothing but a speck on this world that can easily be stamped out. Do not assume you have power here.
All I gotta do is say I let
What? All you gotta say is I like what?
go of control. So, that's what y'all look like. Cool.
And he didn't even seem to change all that much. All he did is get his eyes glowing red, and he got a little bit bigger.
My skin will go pale, like icy pale. My eyes will that light blue they do. So, are we done showing off now?
His eyes go back to normal, and he seems to be about his typical height. Huh. Indeed, there is something going on with you. I can feel it.
I'm telling you, Father, it's that sword of hers.
Hmm.
I read what it says.
And?
Let me pull up my notes. Jay pulls out his notebook. Give me a moment here. Seriously, things are being weird. It says Radiance, Frost, and Plague.
Uh-huh. Not entirely sure what that's supposed to mean. I'll have to do some digging on that one. Anywho.
And another thing.
Uh-huh.
She was putting her blood in it.
Uh-huh.
Tracing the runes, and it seemed like the runes were absorbing her blood.
Interesting. Well, I can't seem to say anything on that matter at all. This is not something I've ever heard of. I will certainly look into this. I'll talk to a few people, see if they can give me any information back on this sort of mannerism.
Jay does air quotes around the word people.
Mm-hmm. Now, I want to, trust me, I do. Nixie, I really want to. But I can feel Maria prodding me in the back right now, telling me not to interfere with your arrangement. As much as I hate it.
It's okay. Hey, they only get one deal anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to hear what they had to offer.
Well, if it were up to me, and Maria was not here, well, when it came time, let me tell you, if things do go the way they are expected, it will. I would request from you all the power you will be you might have the potential to throw away.
Oh, believe me, I don't want to throw.
Repeat that? You cut out.
I don't want
You don't want.
to give up the power.
Well, lucky for you, I am barred from this agreement.
Yeah.
Now, I understand that the ceremony is supposed to be taking place later today. I assume Maria and Jay will want to pretty you up for that, so I'm going to let them take over. And unfortunately, child, I do not see a way for you to get out of this one.
Jay stands up. I did offer her a deal myself, Father.
Good luck getting away with that from your mother. And he just walks out of the room.
Father like son.
He just walks away.
Uncle,
Yes.
You're not the monster.
Thank you, Nixie.
I was trying to just, sway him in other ways.
Jay? Alright. Jay calls for his mom. But instead of like the way he calls for his dad, where he basically just screams, "Dad!" He calls out, "Mother! Could you please come back here?"
Alright, and she does.
He fears his mother. He fears his mother greatly.
Mm-hmm.
Mother, I've had an idea.
Oh, I'm sure you have, dear. What kind of trouble are you getting yourself into this time?
I was thinking I could take Nixie's place.
You don't intend to kill him, do you?
Jay just sort of
So, like, is there a heaven and a hell?
Yes, I can answer that one. Yes.
So it's like marrying the devil.
I don't want to know this.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that question, dear?
What's it like marrying a devil?
Damn computer.
Jay
points to the sword.
No, I figured it out on my own. No sword. I am smart.
Mm-hmm. Well...
Wolf gave it
away. Wolf,
Yes,
right.
there was a wolf. A winter wolf.
I understand that winter wolves can talk to you, but... They're not seen around here. Especially not at your shop so south. Now...
Mother?
Yes?
He was Alatar's companion.
Okay.
He said that I smelled like I came from the same place as Alatar.
Well,
and said that I smelled like a non-mortal.
Well, as your father and I said, yeah, we're not entirely sure who that is. But as for you, Nixie, I'm just... You'll figure it out eventually when you actually do marry, which it sounds like it's happening rather soon.
And it's happening tonight.
Indeed. It's all over the city, let me tell you. It's been post-plastered everywhere for the last few days. So I'm going to assume, Jay, you're going to let yourself look like Nixie and take her place during the ceremony?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And as I asked before, you still have yet to answer. Are you intending to kill him?
Not if I don't have to.
I'd certainly hope not, because you may not understand this, but this truly is one of the greatest alliances that this kingdom will afford. And though typically we don't normally care, we kind of live here, so it is in the best interest of the kingdom, so that way we can continue to live happily in peace here in our little abode, like you did with your shop.
Can we not talk about my shop? That's still a rather sore subject.
Yeah, that's a smoking hot subject still.
Nixie!
Oh, shit. Well, whatever you do is what you do. But I urge you to at least allow this contract to go through, so that way we can receive the Savari Kingdom's aid.
That was the plan.
And if you can, I would appreciate it if you didn't kill the Admiral. He seems to very much fancy your father's wares, and pays quite a bit for them.
Of course he does. Jay stands up, and suddenly he looks like Nixie. Nixie is looking at an exact twin.
Maria looks her up and down. Very good, dear. You have been practicing a lot lately, haven't you? All right then. Well, I understand the gods brought in some things, so time to get you dressed up for a wedding.
You've been wanting to do that for years, Mother.
Indeed, I have. I can't wait to begin. And we're gonna have session there.
Aw, poor